Let's just leave it at that. It is the first game of a potential 7 in the first semifinal of the Astronauts $2,000 3v3 tournament. Regalia is on blue with Doombug, Sham, and Spuda, and Vanguard is on orange with Atomic, Ajax, and Shock. Let us see where this journey will take us and where this journey will take either of those teams. A single elimination, so no safety nets. Atomic with a touch right above the goal, trying to set something up, but no one fast enough to actually follow that up. A clear from Spuda, and Doombug's going to try to touch that off of the sidewall. Can't quite make it happen. A good long-range clear from Vanguard to push the ball right back into the blue final third. But the clears are long. The clears are coming out early from both teams right now, and these first 30 to 40 seconds have been mostly ping-pong.
Mostly, yeah. Definitely looks like a feel-out game for both squads. It's trying to gauge the skill of everyone and how the teams are playing together.
Oh,
and you can see the backup from Atomic. That's one of those deals. Doombug gets in the way of that little shot. Well done by Regalia to stay on their toes.
Yeah, that could have gone a lot worse for Regalia, but in the end, Ajax finds himself in front of the net with a ball in front of him and no one in front of the goal.
And it looks like Sham... Yeah, Sham probably thought that was going to go off of the post, much like I'm sure we did. I know I did for sure, but a lot of action happening on the Regalia side. They're definitely going to have to square up their defense, get that clear going. They're trying some team clears, which is good to see. It's just a matter of time when they can shake off the nerves, and we'll see what they can do once they get themselves squared up. That said, Vanguard has been playing very much like a team. They have a lot of experience as a squad together. I think it's been a little bit since we've seen them up at this level in a Beyond tournament, though.
Oh, that was a very well-played pass straight onto Atomic, and he puts it off of the backboard, and away with the second touch.
Decent clear here. Doombug trying to gauge this one off of the backboard. It was a tough one. No momentum from anyone in Regalia. Just kind of got caught standing still, and they paid for it here. 2 goals down.
Yep, certainly did. And Vanguard on their transitional play have been absolutely impeccable so far, but what a shot! Coming in from Spuda out of nowhere from the sidelines. They do get on the board.
This is perfectly played. Spuda grabbed the boost, and instead of going back to cover, wraps it around, sees the opportunity, and just gets the nice little dink in.
Yeah, Vanguard were a little too eager to come out for that one. All 3 members caught on that sideline going for the same ball. So it was an easy task to score that. Regalia are within 1 now. Vanguard already back on the offense. Atomic is waiting on the backboard, and Shock in the corner. Tries to put it onto Ajax. Puts it against the backboard. Doombug with a chance to clear here. Wants to dribble it. Had an opportunity to force a 1v1 against Shock, who is now opening up another transition with a perfect pass onto Atomic. This time, Sham is in the way. Vanguard are so quick to switch around their plays. Good touch from Regalia, but no follow-up. It just bounces off of the backboard harmlessly. Regalia are starting to lock down that midfield, preventing Vanguard from making their way towards their own final third, which has been way too successful for Vanguard for most of this game. So it's good to see Regalia put a little bit of a hamper on it.
They're putting a hamper on it, but they're not really able to do much with this. Atomic takes a shot. That's off the crossbar. Ajax is up for it. Doombug can't quite get it. It's off, and yeah, Shock will finish it. What in the world?
I'm not quite sure what happened there. A crossbar hit coming in from Atomic, and then Ajax with another one. It needed all 3 players from Vanguard to put that one away. It really shouldn't have. Halftime, 2-goal lead now for Vanguard. Regalia probably could have defended that a lot better. They had 3 opportunities to make that ball go away. A good touch from Doombug. But ultimately, again, no follow-up. And this is something that we've seen from Regalia quite a bit here. And look at Atomic just cutting the angle there from the corner, making it 4.
Atomic showing off the excellent mechanical skill here, just bouncing it off of the corner, reads it well. I don't think he expected to actually make that shot, but it worked. Well, there you go. 3-goal lead here for Vanguard. Regalia have a long ways to go.
Oh, yeah, they certainly do. And they really need to watch out to follow up their clears a little better. Yet again, a long-range clear with no one even trying to follow that ball. Ajax can just open up the game from his own half. Now, all three members from Regalia on the orange half. Spuda with an important demo onto Ajax. That pass was meant for him. Scuffle on the sideline. Who will win? Back pass coming in from Vanguard, but that one is going to get intercepted by Doombug. Tries to put it in a good position. A save comes out from Atomic as Spuda went for the shot. Sham now in the corner, completely out of boost. So there's not much that he can do.
Chance.
Little bit of reinforcements coming in. Spuda gets the ball played on him. Tries to go for the downwards angle shot. Atomic gets the save. Sham with another opening play into the midfield. That one gets blocked as well. Vanguard, the first time, have to devote quite a few resources to defense, but it's working out for them quite nicely. Off the backboard, the follow-up is missed, and Shock puts it off of the backboard yet again as the final minute hits the clock. Vanguard is looking for yet another goal as Spuda gets the save. And Doombug sends it past the midfield line to alleviate some of the pressure.
I'm not sure if this is Spuda's first time in a bit of a hype matchup. But all three of these guys actually seem like they're playing a little bit cautious, too cautious, almost like they're nervous. Got to work those nerves out. First game, though, in a best of 7, so definitely the time to do that. Definitely getting a little bit more confident compared to what we saw before. Vanguard have definitely slowed down as well, as although that is not the way to score a goal, because it usually gets scored on.
Well,
Gotta watch that.
It's not like they have much to fear. It's 13 seconds left and 3 goals to catch up to. I'm not quite sure that is going to happen here, and it's very, very rarely happened in the history of Rocket League. Another save coming out from Atomic, so you can get a little flashy. Of course, those final few seconds, we will see a buzzer beater from Regalia. The score ends up being 2-4 in favor of Vanguard.
Regalia going triple commit and making it work, managing to draw out 2 of the Vanguard defenders. That was a beautiful shot all around. Having to wrap himself up and around to make the angle happen. That was actually beautiful. The question is, can they do that without triple committing? That's going to be the hard part, I think, for Regalia.
That's the way the news usually go. But yes, Vanguard winning a game 1, and I think it's well-deserved as well. Regalia just not really showing enough teeth for my liking. What do you think?
I'm going to go with a yet. I think the teeth is there. It's just a matter of actually executing on the plays that they're able to create, which is definitely quite a bit. We saw some chances. Definitely going to have to work on some shot placement. The ones that did go towards the net were basically on target. So, granted, Vanguard, decent defense rotation. They were definitely on their toes when they had to be on defense. So, other than the last goal, obviously, they kind of let that one happen. But Regalia, they're showing signs of life. Vanguard, at this particular time, is the better team. But I have a feeling Regalia could step it up. We'll just have to see here, game 2.
Yep, game 2 is underway. Vanguard with the one-game lead in the series. Infield pass, but no one home. That was such a good idea. But again, the follow-ups are just not there for Regalia, and we've seen that happen time and time again in game 1, and it seems to...
Oh, here we go.
Continuing into game 2 as well. There was a good follow-up from Spuda, but Shock intercepted on the infield pass, which was, again, a thing of beauty. But look at the rotational play from Vanguard. Ball is found in their own half, and immediately a positive pass forward, straight down Main Street to win lots of space. Regalia are pushing the issue right now, though. They're not letting Vanguard build up any kind of position or advantage in this game so far, and they're early on the contest. I'm liking this one. Aggressive defense from Regalia, something that we haven't quite seen from them in game 1, but here's the first chance.
What a block!
And a good save from Spuda. Can they turn this one around? Sham with not a lot of boost tries to get the dunk past Shock, but can't quite make it happen. Regalia are trying their utmost. We've seen good chances for both teams.
Doombug up for this one. He's showing some decent mechanical ability. Oh, there's a good read by Ajax to make that happen. And that's the one. Oh, no. Uh-oh.
A little too aggressive this time, Regalia.
Yeah, Sham was last man back. Thought he could shadow Shock. That was a beautiful pass.
That was great.
That's the one thing we have seen from Vanguard. They've been able to make passing plays out of just about nothing. We saw it in game 1 where they had a man up all the time, but in this game, they haven't really been doing that. As Doombug going for it. Oh boy,
off
here we
the
go.
Crossbar on that attempt. And as Spuda misses the clear on the backboard, a good long-range clear coming in, but That one is just going to get picked up by Vanguard, and Shock is going to dribble that down Main Street. Gets the second touch here as well. Gets the touch. Sham coming in from the side and clears that off to the corner. That would have been an amazing play right there.
Sham definitely has waken up. You have awakened the RLCS Season 1 beast in Sham for sure. They're holding Vanguard to 1 goal at this point. Regalia looking like they're starting to get a little bit more comfortable on the pitch. Gotta watch those doubles go.
Certainly got to. We're nearing halftime. It's only a 1-goal lead for Vanguard, so everything is still in it for Regalia. They just need to get a solid play going. Put one away. Atomic gets in between that one. That would have been a potent pass. And now the switch around, the transition from Vanguard. This one is intercepted by Spuda. Doombug is taken out of the play. Ajax will take his place in the corner. Miss his opportunity to touch the ball, though. Doombug, trying to get it past Chalk here, actually manages to do so as well. It's Atomic off the backboard, straight onto Ajax. Look at this passing play. Sham wants no part in it, and prevents it from going any further for the time being. Regalia are currently shutting down Vanguard's attempts at rotations, but they need to score, and they need to do it soon. They've got 2 minutes left. That should be plenty of time. But they haven't really gotten anything potent towards net in quite a while.
Well, just right then they did it. Oh, Doombug is up for this. He might be able to push back Atomic. No, never mind. Ajax on the clearance. This could be big.
This could be big. Ajax and Atomic. Good clear from Doombug, jumping in from the side. They would have had a lot of options there. Go straight for net or pass it to one of the 3 players that were going for that offense. As it stands, 90 seconds left on the clock, and Regalia are going to have to score soon. Shot from Spuda is going to get saved by Shock. A pass straight onto Doombug. This play is still alive. Sham looking to play it deep into the infield. Back pass from Shock straight onto Atomic. Oh my goodness, going to have to watch out there. Atomic just saving that one with the nick of an eye.
Gotta be careful that they're trying to get some direct passes going. Regalia is. But Vanguard able to read the ball extremely well, even on some random touches and things like that. They just seem ready for just about anything. And at this point, Vanguard definitely looking like the stronger team. Come on, Regalia, bring it to them. What are you doing?
Well, it's still only a 1-goal deficit, but we're in our final minute. Regalia have showed a lot more promise than they did in Game 1. Atomic to put that into the corner. They need to get something going, and they need to do it now. But Vanguard are not allowed to let go on the pressure, despite being up by 1 goal, despite having what they need to win the game.
Oh, here we go.
Here's the setup, but Ajax with a fantastic clear.
Beautiful.
Up to the backboard. No way to actually convert that ball. And Regalia, they have to start completely from scratch on that attack. Infield pass from Vanguard. Look at the pressure. Ajax is going to get a hold of that ball. Sham's going to block it, but the time, it is not on Regalia's side right now. And with Vanguard putting up so much pressure, they're going to have to get a solid clear and follow it up perfectly, or drop game 2. And ultimately, it's looking like they will drop game 2. Doombug looking to juggle that ball to the sidelines. Shock is looking to intercept that, and another touch towards the air, but in the end, Vanguard will get hold of the ball, slam that onto the ground, and it's a 2-0 series.
Well, Regalia started to look like they had some ideas as to how to take on Vanguard, but, Vanguard showing just why they are regarded as one of the favorites in this particular tournament. Yeah. The biggest issue for Vanguard, though, is that once they kind of got going into the opponent's half, they kind of fizzled out a little bit. Now, Regalia did play a little bit more defense, or defensive postured, if you will. And I think that was the correct answer, but they weren't able to string that onto some offense. And the transition from defense to offense is so very important at this level of threes you saw the result right there. Regalia could barely get a couple of shots on, and that's it. Vanguard shut it down completely.
Yeah, certainly did. It was only a 1-goal lead, but that is all that it took. And Regalia, despite their best efforts, were completely shut down by Vanguard, who were early on the contest, quick on the interceptions, and really just did not let Regalia play the game that they wanted to play. Game 3, and this could be a match point situation for Vanguard. They managed to get the touch. Sham gets the touch, though. Downwards angle, bounces off of the ground, a slow floater into the net, and Regalia are first on the board.
Doombug didn't quite read the bounce right, but Sham had a little bit more time. Doombug must have called him off, and Sham just following up just in case, because there was only one guy there. That was brilliant play by both of them, actually. Doombug, a great whiff, tactical whiff for sure. Here we go. Spuda wants in on the action now.
Yeah, first goal for Regalia in quite a while here. Shock to play that off into the corner. Not a solid clear. Gets the second attempt, though, and that one is going to clear it straight past the midfield line, and now Regalia are going to have to watch out. That's a solid clear. Spuda.
Chaser.
Oh, that's actually going to find the net here. What a clear from Spuda.
All right, Spuda just trying to wrap the ball around here. Ajax on the challenge. I think Ajax thought he might bounce it up high. Instead, Spuda stayed low, kind of read the touch that was incoming. And, I mean, that was perfectly executed by Spuda, though obviously his one's mastery coming through on that play.
Well, it's a 2-goal lead for Regalia. The first time they've had a 2-goal lead. Scratch that. It's a 3-goal lead. Spuda gets a hold of the ball from the left corner, puts that dead center.
All right, so coming off a kickoff here, Shock, not a whole lot of boost, trying to get in position for this one. Did not expect the double from Spuda. Ajax was also on that side, and it looked like there was a bit of confusion as to who was going to defend the backboard. That was all Ajax to defend that backboard, but once the ball touched, he just kind of stopped. He wasn't sure what to do, and of course, Spuda able to knock that one in, and Ajax answering quickly, not letting this one get out of hand.
Goals just flooding in left and right. Another perfect setup from Atomics, and Ajax knows exactly what he has to do. Puts it into the upper 90. No chance for Regalia to save that one. And that's one of the Vanguard team plays that we're used to seeing from those first two games, but it took them quite a while to pull it off this time. And Regalia looking for yet another goal. We already have 4 goals scored, and it's not even a minute into the match. Will we see the 5th one? No. Clear comes out from Spuda, and it looks like we'll get a break from goals, at least momentarily, in a crazy game 3. Here's a setup off of the crossbars. Follow-up from Atomic puts it high, and Doombug will look to keep that high as the attack fizzles out from Vanguard. Regalia taking a little too much time in clearing that one. Ajax will have another go at the goal, and Sham will be the one to save that off of the goal line, but Vanguard are still not done yet. They're intercepting every attempted clear from Regalia, and they're keeping the ball in their control. Another good touch from Doombug to keep Shock away from the ball, but they need to get a solid clear, and they need to do it now. Another miss from Sham, and that'll mean Ajax will pick up the ball in the corner. Regalia and Clears are just not a duo that seems to be working out tonight.
No, not at all. They're definitely having some trouble with this. Shock up for this. Doombug, great save. Just keeping it calm and collected for now. But now that Regalia have the lead, they seem to want to turtle up a little bit. Oh my goodness.
Goalpost hit as Shock goes up in flames. Another touch. This one's going to hit the crossbar. And again, Atomic twice. He hits the crossbar in a row. Cannot put that one away. But Vanguard are still on the attack. Atomic with yet another close to crossbar hit. This time Spuda was able to clear it away, but possession has been firmly in the hands of Vanguard for well over a minute now, and Regalia are just being pushed back into their own half. It's a miracle they haven't been scored on yet. They definitely should have been scored on there by Atomic. As it stands, we're at halftime. It's a 2-goal lead for Regalia, but this continues. It's a matter of time until that changes.
Vanguard are doing all of the strategic things that you're supposed to do in these situations correctly. They're controlling boost. They're keeping the pressure on. A Sham goes up for this shot. Ajax is right there. It dies out right in front of the net. 2 are there to clear it away, but not quite enough. We might have a bit of a role reversal. Maybe not. Long clear here by Vanguard.
Field pass on to Ajax. Going to try to put that on target. Atomic looking for the goalie bump. Both him and Doombug aching for that ball, but ultimately it's going to get cleared by Regalia, and Regalia have managed to alleviate the pressure that Vanguard was putting on them. Vanguard are still the ones with the ball in their court, figuratively and literally right now as well. Atomic's looking to change that, carry it across the midfield line. No one there, and Doombug will get a free clear. Trying to put it into the corner, but Sham intercepting that one early, not even allowing the ball to remain on their half of the field for too long. Regalia have really put up their defense right now. They've taken control of the midfield after struggling with it for most of the series. Here Ajax slips through, tries to get a pinch off of the corner, not in the way that he wanted to. Spuda has an easy time clearing that one. Infield pass, straight onto Shock. Little fast for him, couldn't react in time, puts it on the backboard. Ajax looking to keep that play alive. Once Vanguard break through, they are through, and they will punish you for it. As it stands, a bit of miscommunication means that Chalk won't be able to handle that ball in the midfield, and the final minute is underway. Vanguard on the attack, but they still need 2 goals.
They need 2 goals, and they don't seem to quite have that team synergy that they had in the first 2 games. Oh, this is big! Oh, Sham just couldn't get behind the ball on that play. And Regalia, they're kind of just hit cruise control and not pushing too hard, making sure they get that ball up in the air, trying to force Vanguard to waste the time and set up a play before really pushing too hard into the opposing end. I mean, it's not the play that I would go for, but it's working for him, so you can't really fault it.
Certainly is.
Oh, this is big.
Could be. No, Shock gets the touch off into the corner. Final 10 seconds are on the board, and it's a 2-goal lead for Regalia, so this game is going to go their way. They are not gonna head straight into a match point situation. Who almost another buzzer beater from Regalia. We do know they love to score those. Did score one in game 1 as well. As it stands, Regalia win their first game, and it's a 2-1 series. Still a safety net below both teams, but man, I gotta tell you, I'm surprised. I'm surprised because the pressure that Vanguard put up for most of that 3 to 1.5 minute mark,
Yeah.
it was relentless. And Regalia managed to go through. Atomic hitting the crossbar twice in a row. That definitely should have been a score right there. But even then, that would have just put them to a 1-goal deficit.
Yeah, but Regalia was putting up some defense. Was it the greatest defense in the world? No, but it was enough to keep Vanguard on their toes. Doombug had a couple of touches there that basically just tossed the ball up. It didn't really do much in way of making the ball move towards the other side of the arena, but it was enough, and it kind of threw off Vanguard. It was almost like a pace change that wasn't necessarily on purpose, but it worked out for them. I don't know if they were trying to do that on purpose. It didn't seem like it anyways. Oh, that was a good shot, though. There's nothing
start game
more
4
weird than when you go from auto cam to the the normal caster cams that we use, and the ball is coming right at you.
That's scary. That is scary. As it stands, game 4, 30 seconds in. Vanguard with a chance to win their match point after all, or Regalia with a chance to tie the series right back up. It's a quiet start so far, reminiscent of game 1. Sham pushes forward into the corner. Doombug waiting in the wings, now moving towards the midfield. Good clear. Straight onto Atomic. Spuda has that ball covered for the time being, though. Vanguard a little bunched up in the midfield, but not a big problem as Atomic clears it away. Trying to gain some ground yet again. Spuda actually winning that 50 on the orange half. And Doombug looking to set something up for Sham. That's a good bump onto Sham, though, who was ready for a passing station. Vanguard looking to transition into attack, but that attack did not quite last long enough, and this one comes off the backboard. Doombug is there to finish it off.
Yeah, gonna give this one some Spood Hype. Let's get the Spood Hype in the chat. He gets the touch. That is such a hard shot to make, and he had it in his hand, just in the clutches, but Doombug, great follow-up on that play to make sure he was where he needed to be to make that goal happen. I mean, Regalia are... I'm surprised, actually. This is fantastic play from Regalia. Vanguard seemed to be caught a little bit off guard in the odd play that Regalia bring. We don't usually see this type of play in such high-level Rocket League.
And the interesting thing is, at least as far as I have noticed, there isn't any less pressure coming out from Vanguard. It's just that their pressure has lost a lot of quality compared to those first few games in the series where they were able to pretty decisively win against Regalia. And Regalia, on top of that, have also learned how to deal with it much, much better. So it's a combination between Vanguard kind of losing their mojo on attack, Regalia finding their mojo on defense. And that combined leaves Regalia in the lead yet again, and Vanguard yet to score. But it's still quite a bit of time left to play. And Vanguard looking to attack here. Spuda off the backboard. Doombug with an important clear. Off the sidelines. Ajax comes off the sidewall.
What a touch!
here. What a touch indeed. The setup from Ajax. How in the world?
So Atomic just passing it up towards Ajax. Ajax had to fly off the wall, twisting and turning to make that happen. I think he was low on boost. And Shock coming through, reading the play, making that one go in. That was beautifully done by Vanguard. That should up the confidence of Vanguard to try to get a little bit closer to the closeout of the series and into the finals.
Yeah, that was an absolutely crazy setup from
God.
Ajax. Unbelievable. We're past halftime, and now we're getting somewhere. Then we have a ball game on our hands now. Another infield pass. This one cleared away by Regalia, trying to set something up yet again off the backboard. Sham trying to go for the net, despite Spuda coming in from behind, possibly having been ready as a passing station. So this attack from Regalia fizzling out for the time being. And Ajax gets a hand on a ball. Doombug in the midfield gets an important touch. Ajax is waiting. It rotates back as soon as he realizes that Spuda will beat him to the ball. Another touch forward from Ajax. Doombug up in the air. Not a good clear. Atomic will get his hands on that one. Try to pass it onto Shock. Played a little too far forward. Shock not with the opportunity to cut the angle there. Spuda looking for the dribble play. Cross map. Off to Shock. Atomic blown up, taken out of the play. He's going to respawn here. Regalia, we're not in possession. Could not capitalize on that demo immediately. And it's a tense game as we're tied at 1 with 80 seconds left on the clock.
I'm trying to figure out, who was doing what wrong, or, there really isn't a whole lot of mistakes happening on the map. I've seen a couple of, Fields backflips and things like that. About a big bump there by Ajax and Spuda. This might open things up here. Spuda following out.
Important back touch from Atomic, making sure that the ball stays out of reach for Regalia. Here comes Atomic breaking through, looking to cut the angle. Gets it off the backboard. Fantastic play from Atomic. Solo all the way through.
I mean, Spuda really had no chance on this. He didn't have a whole ton of boost, flipping to get back into the net and then completely stops. Atomic, the beautiful mechanical ability of Atomic, able to bounce that one up off the wall and then knock it in himself. You can tell he practiced that. Another move for all of us to learn. That was gorgeous.
Yeah, certainly was. And it takes Vanguard into the lead by 1. 40 seconds remaining. Regalia, they want to tie this series up. Can they do a little bit of a scuffle on the goal line? Atomic and Shock bunched up in one spot. Looking
chance
to make doubly sure that no ball gets through. Atomic gets blown up. Important touch by Shock, keeping Doombug away from the ball. 20 seconds, and Regalia are going to have to build an attack from scratch. Good clear, straight onto Ajax. The bounce in the corner helps them a little bit. Doombug, misjudging where that ball would go, has to come down from the side walls. Another solid clear. This one intercepted by Atomic. 7 seconds remaining. Spuda has the ball. Just has to find the infield pass. It's intercepted by Ajax. Another push forward from Doombug. Comes off of the backboard.
Sham!
And there it is! There is the buzzer beater. We are tied. We're going into overtime.
Oh, Sham was on his way back. Thought about just covering the backfield, and then Atomic on that big miss. Ajax trying to come through. Shock dead in the water on the goal line, and Sham, beautiful eye. That's the eye of experience coming through for Regalia. They tie it up and force overtime.
Overtime in game 4. Vanguard with a chance to secure their match point opportunity. Regalia with a chance to tie things up.
Oh,
the
chance right here.
The deciding goal. That's a good chance indeed. Comes off of the backboard. Doombug. Goalpost. That was an open net. He should have scored that. He hits the goalpost. Regalia giving away a free goal.
That was the hardest goal I think Doombug has ever had to try to shoot at. An open net. With the game on the line.
It seems like when the net is open, the goal just shrinks significantly in size.
It's like a Quidditch match in here.
45 seconds in. Regalia with a huge chance. Atomic. Just a long-range attempt. Throw things on the wall. See what sticks. Shock gets the ball killed in front of the net. A downwards angle. Good save from Spuda. Ajax pretty much played that straight on top of him. Important touch by Atomic. Upside down. Shock coming in as well. Perhaps not the best decision. I think Atomic had that one covered. And Shock ends up bumping more into Atomic than he does into the ball.
Well, Atomic was facing the wrong way as well. He was on his way back to rotate in as Shock takes a shot here. And so it's kind of the only option he had with the ball right there. Just try to keep the offensive pressure alive, something Vanguard is very good at.
Minute and 30 into this overtime, and Vanguard looking for some solid offense here. That one's slightly short. Shock looking to retain possession on the side wall. Ajax off of the backboard, not covered. Important touch by Ajax. Hits the crossbar yet again. Vanguard. Crossbar is their biggest nemesis in the series so far.
It's the best goalie in the game, man.
Yeah. If you ask Vanguard, they will surely sign that sheet of paper. 2 minutes in, and both teams have given up pretty clear-cut chances at this point. Still into overtime. 1 goal decides it. Series is not going to be over either way. But Vanguard have the chance to put themselves into such a great position, forcing Regalia to complete what is essentially a best-of-5 reverse sweep. Regalia looking to tie the series up, not let that situation happen. Comes off the side wall. Dubak is inches off. Here comes Spuda. Shot on target. Shock saves.
Wow,
off into the corner. Double commit from Atomic and him. So Doombug will get another shot. Ajax saves it. Not a good save, though. Bounces off the underside of this car straight onto the ground. No follow-up there for Regalia. And Vanguard forced to scuffle back to that play. And they're struggling to find any kind of offensive time right now.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Oh!
Almost had some Spood hype in the chat. Spuda following up on the pass. That was actually beautiful. Regalia need to get back and defend, though. This is dangerous.
Pass. Off of the backboard. Will they find a follow-up? No, they will not. Spuda making sure to shut that play down and gets a second shutdown here as well. The defender of the backboard, Spuda, making sure that nothing is dropped here. Here comes the double. Atomic straight onto the goal. Is another touch straight downwards. Had a player been there, and that would have been a goal. But had a player been there, then the orange half would have been completely unguarded. So it was probably a good idea for Vanguard not to have a player there. Here comes Doombug. Long range shot, slightly wide. Follow up from Spuda, and that one's saved by Shock. 3.5 minutes into this overtime, still no closer to finding victory. There's the setup straight at the Sham, and Regalia will tie up the series.
Doombug, you monster! Why are you controlling the ball at that point? That was not the time to be controlling the ball at that particular juncture of the game with all 3 players from Vanguard on the defensive end. You monster. He's a monster. Completely just blew all of the Rocket League theory out of the water. Oh my god.
Well, when things get tough, you gotta get tougher, and that is exactly what he did right there. Spoon hype in the chat, indeed. And Doombug and Sham
just did that.
Regalia. 3.5 minute overtime.
That
crazy.
Okay. Well,
crazy stuff. We are tied in the series. It's a best of 3 now.
That right there was gutsy. That was a gutsy move, and I think it's more or less just the way the ball landed on his car, and he just rolled with it. Didn't even think about it, and it worked beautifully. We're tied up, like you said, 2-2, and Ajax with a beautiful shot from midfield, a laser.
Yeah, laser indeed. 3 seconds into the match, Shock wants the kickoff, and Ajax, realizing that the only goal, he went straight for boosts, puts it long, and he couldn't fit a sheet of paper between that ball and the goalpost. Couldn't have placed that any better. So Vanguard coming out swinging into Game 5. And 1 goal, he has been enough to win in this series already. But after that overtime, I don't think it's going to be the case this time around. I think Regalia have really found their trail right now, and they are hot on it. Looking for some offense. Atomic off the sidewall. Good bump straight.
Oh!
Onto Shock, and Sham finds the ball in the midfield, puts it away.
Sham taking a shot right here because you have to at that particular point. Supersonic, you might as well go for it. Ajax had the touch on it, and I think that's why we didn't react to it, because Ajax was right there. It should have been saved away, but a rare mistake from Ajax on the goal line actually ties this game up. Huh. All right, surprised.
Yeah, that kind of came out of nowhere. It was a little bit flabbergasted when that goal happened, but as it stands, 40 seconds into the game, and there's a setup onto Ajax from Atomic, and they take the lead.
Yeah, Atomic, just seeing the play develop here. Doombug was there, but it's a big miss, and so Atomic sees Ajax, and a straight bullet. It's beautifully played, lots of speed on it, and that direct pass just gave the ball even more speed to where the two defenders from Regalia were not going to be able to defend. And yeah, it might just end up being a back-forth match here as Game 5, I mean, this could be the decider.
Well, it could be. Whoever wins this will have match point opportunity. Clear from Atomic, followed up by Ajax here as well. Double commit in the midfield, and Regalia will end up with the ball in their possession. Sham past the midfield line. Waiting as a passing station. Spuda onto Doombuck. Has trouble retaining control of the ball. Demo onto Sham. Regalia pushing. Regardless, Shock gets bumped out of the way. Ajax has to come in for him. Spuda with a good block. Puts the ball into the final third on the orange half of the field, and Ajax forced to cross sides. Play that ball to the sidelines. Ajax has now gotten through. Quick back rotation from Regalia, and Shock looking to find a gap there. Can't quite find it though, and Sham will get the save. Game has slowed down considerably, but both teams looking to cut this tension with a knife.
That knife being a goal for sure, and you can see Regalia trying to put some direct passes together. They're keeping a man up on it. They're playing as aggressive as they feel comfortable, and oh man, that a little bit lower, that would have been insane. But that's about it. They're not really putting a whole ton of shots on. That's a big miss. Doombug barely gets back in time though.
Yep. Shock already seeing the goal in his eyes. But not gonna happen, Doombug. Making sure of that. We're nearing halftime. Long range clear off the backboard. Sham looking to retain control of the backboard. Clank might make it happen. Double commit indeed from Regalia. As Spuda pretty much gets bumped out of the way just after he got the touch on the ball. Leaves Regalia with no viable follow-up, and Vanguard with the ball. It's still a 1-goal lead. Regalia looking to change that. Spuda in front of the net. Looking to bump the goalie out of the way, but the goalie came from outside, and Shock gets the block. Sham looking to keep that ball alive. Spuda with a good touch, all things considered, but Atomic clearing that one out. Ajax is blown up by Spuda, but Doombuck with the back pass straight onto Sham, and here is Shock. Will he be able to out-dribble them?
Doombuck!
And the third touch finds the goalpost. Doombuck with a crazy save right there.
Oh my god, Doombuck coming from the wrong way, manages to get the hood on the car. It looked like a Sham might shut this down. Not quite. Vanguard are scrambling.
They certainly are. Here comes Spuda.
Oh my god!
Upper 90 shot, and they tie things up.
Spood hype, spood hype, spood hype, spood hype, spood hype, and spood hype right there. Oh my god! Spuda coming from nowhere. It didn't look like there was a play there at all, and Spuda just saying, you know what, forget it, I'm going for it. This is for the community. His community, that is, of course.
And it certainly is also for Regalia as they tie the game right back up. 80 seconds left on the clock. Sham looking to make it 3. Ajax off to the side wall. Atomic looking to transition. Shock pushes it forward off the backboard, covered by Sham, but not well enough. Spuda has to come in as well as a second defender. Ajax keeps the ball on the blue half. Atomic just killing it. And important, just such a slow touch to make it briskly fly past the defenders, and then Shock is there to finish it off.
So Spuda wasn't able to get the clear that he wanted. That needed to go towards a corner or something, just away from the face of the net. And Sham comes in for the rotation as well. I'm kind of wondering if, Sham kind of hesitated on that. He wasn't quite sure exactly what was going to happen. Obviously, looking at the ball, you're not going to know that the offender was there, but it's enough for Vanguard to take the lead, and I'm sure they'll take it after such a crazy game so far.
Oh, yeah. 50 seconds remaining. It's only a 1-goal deficit. This has been the most competitive game in the series so far. Might just be on track to another overtime. Off the side wall. Sham and Spuda have some time. And up for the long clear. Shock immediately blocking into the midfield, setting things up for Atomic here. Spuda taking control of the ball. Good ball control from him. Off the side wall, double commits from Regalia. Sham breaking off his aerial to rotate back instead, make sure to cover his own flank. Spuda gets it past Ajax, gets it past him again. Infield pass from the corner. Spuda trying his utmost to set something
Doombug.
up here. Doombug coming in from behind. They've already done the buzzer beater into overtime. They have to do it again.
No, it's not this
Solid
time.
clear from Ajax, and no one will be able to follow that ball home.
Oh.
And Vanguard take this game, and they are now 1 game away from making the grand final here. What a series this has been.
What a series indeed. Both teams bring in their A game. Oh man, Regalia though, they're that close. I mean, they need to win 2 more in order to take the series. Vanguard seemed to have the momentum at this particular juncture, but honestly, this has kind of turned into a lot closer series than I think both of us really thought it was going to be. I mean, I'm rooting for Regalia for sure, but I did kind of expect Vanguard to sort of wipe the plate with them, and they haven't. Regalia have put up quite the fight, and I'm extremely happy. I can't think of a better opener to tonight.
Oh yeah, this has been this definitely has been a series to kick this tournament off proper. But it is what we are used to from these 3v3 tournaments. Always hype, always explosive, and always entertaining. Here we go, game number 6. Vanguard should take this one home right here, right now on Urban Central. Or we might go to a game 7 if Regalia managed to clear this one off. Spuda with a chance there. The angle a little too tight, puts it against the wall. Clear attempt from Vanguard, immediately stopped by Sham. Regalia looking to apply heavy pressure very early on. Atomic with a good touch. Follow up from Ajax here as well. Sham puts it a little high. Comes off of the backboard into the corner where he tries to keep control of it. The clear from Vanguard has come out. And it's a long range clear, very positive. Followed up immediately as well. 30 seconds in. Regalia with heavy pressure. Vanguard with solid defense.
This is where Regalia got their first win in this series.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Look at the patience coming out from Ajax there. I think that was just the right thing to do after that demo. Here's a shot coming in. They can't find the net. Doombug finally on the 3rd attempt puts it away. It all started with a demo.
The tenacity of Regalia on this play, they never gave up. And Doombug, once he realized how open the net was, he just went for it. Beautifully done by Doombug. And honestly, I didn't think he was going to try to go for it. Although Atomic here on the open net, not going to work. Ajax shot. Right off the corner.
So close.
Oh, man.
Just inches off of the post there. Demo onto Shock, but that's not going to change much. Atomic lets the ball through. Oh my goodness, what was that?
I don't know. That was weird. It looked like he
Ajax
wanted to pop it up.
Yeah, but in the end, just lets it through. And that was a promising attack, stopped dead in its tracks by the fact that Vanguard had to scuffle back to prevent that ball from going anywhere dangerous. Ajax off the backboard now. Sham intercepts it in the midfield. Shock onto Atomic. Doombug with the save. And Spuda with another chance to build up a play from there. From the corner. Nobody there for him indeed. Shock. Another clear past the midfield line. No one there to follow it up. Regalia will retain ball control here. Here comes Atomic. Beautifully followed up on that clear. Pops it high up the ramp. Kind of stopping his plans dead in the track. But Shock followed him all the way to the opposing net and puts it away.
This is a beautiful clearance pass. Atomic trying to read this one off of the transition. It was going to be tough to do. Shock had a much better angle at it for sure. But I think, Atomic going for that particular shot makes Regalia second guess as to if they're going to attack from the other side. So I actually like the idea of just being super aggressive like that and force the tie-up on this. Still a ton of time left. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Atomic in the corner, trying to set something up for Ajax. Comes off the crossbar, long-range Spuda with a good touch. Look at all that distance gain from that one touch. Spuda still contesting the ball in the corner, almost putting that one away there as well. Atomic so close on that save. We're at halftime, tied at 1. Anything can happen. Shock gets the ball played on top of him. Off the corner, Doombug with an important touch indeed. Comes off the sidewall, Spuda pushes on through, gets past another one. Sham can't put it on target. Shock would have been there to cover the short angle, but the long one would have been wide open. Speaking of wide open, the clear does come out from Vanguard. They can't put it on target. Had they put it on target, no chance to save that one. Important save from Doombug off of his own corner. Now Spuda yet again. Look at the positivity that this player shows in his play. Over and over again. So much important touches. The engine, offensive engine of Regalia right now. Spuda looking to get his hands on that ball as well. Set up by Sham. Can't quite make it happen. It's a tense match yet again. We're tied at 1. Anything could happen any moment. A goal.
That's right, everyone. Please remember to breathe and make sure you're properly hydrated. Shock takes a shot. Spuda right there, but that was the third man back. They're going to have to push hard. Regalia on the ropes.
Slow floaters. Spuda and Dubak is that uncovered. But Ajax gets his hands on the ball yet again. Backboard was not covered, but the miss coming in from Atomic. And man, Regalia got to be happy about that one. Pass a little overshot onto Shock. Vanguard are so close to scoring here, but Regalia, with a little bit of luck and a lot of defensive ability, able to fend off for the time being as another save comes in. Vanguard are just not letting go.
They will not, and you can see they're not triple committing on any play either. They have a man back pretty much at all times to try to slow the advance of Vanguard, but they got to get some positive motion here in the last minute.
38 seconds remaining. Regalia looking for it. Slightly high. Sham wants to keep the play alive. Comes off the backboard. Ajax got it covered. Off of the ceiling. This could be big. Important touch from Ajax, but Sham finds the ball before anyone from Vanguard does. Takes his team into the lead.
So both Atomic and Shock find themselves on the goal line, trying to read that play from Ajax, and it's a bit of an unfortunate bounce coming off the transition like that, but Sham just there, just in case, and sure enough, it worked out for him. They take the lead with 20 seconds left. Regalia might force a Game 7.
They might, but Vanguard still looking to keep this alive. Ajax off of the crossbar. If there was any time not to hit the crossbar, it was right then and there. 5 seconds remaining. Vanguard still on the attack. Ajax will get another touch. Straight onto Shock in the corner. Pops it up high, but Spuda will get to that ball. Ajax waiting until the very last moment to get a touch on that ball. Puts it up high as well. Shock. His shot gets blocked by Spuda. Such an important touch here as well. Ajax trying to back pass that into his own corner just to keep the ball in the air. Vanguard are doing a good job of juggling it, but Sham, another touch coming in.
Ajax
played up the ramp, and Vanguard, this one is still alive. Atomic, long range touch. Spuda just trying to kill it in the midfield, make it touch the ground, but Vanguard, they still keep it up. They still keep the ball up in the air. It's still a 0-second game. Surely they won't be able to touch this. No, Ajax gets it up the side ball yet again. Ajax straight onto Atomic. Sham onto the ground. Finally, Vanguard doing their utmost to try and force this overtime. Man, oh man, oh man. Game 7, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, beautifully done by all the players to keep that one up, and Vanguard doing a fantastic job. Ajax, both Ajax and Atomic are accomplished ones players, so they were so involved to keep the ball alive at the end there. And honestly, it could have turned into an overtime like we saw in the previous game, Game 3, when we were at Urban Central, where Regalia forced that overtime. So, DFH, we're back. Regalia took a win here. Vanguard took a win here. It is now anyone's match. We are Game 7 in only the first semifinal here at the Astronauts tournament.
Oh yeah. What a way to kick this off, ladies and gentlemen. Game 7. Straight off the bat, not wasting any time.
God.
Regalia versus Vanguard. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is for the beans. And the bacon on top. Beans and bacon. Very delicious. Sham. Towards the net. They're coming out from Shock. Spuda keeps that one forward. Sham yet again. Doombach trying to play intervention there onto Ajax. Ultimately, Vanguard will get control of this ball. Important touch by Shock. Gets it past one. Not past the second, though. Sham has got that angle covered. All three members from Vanguard now positioned in the midfield. Ajax gets it past one, looking for the dribble play, but Doombach playing that one smartly. Just cover the angle. Don't even care about the ball. Just make sure it cannot get past you.
And you can tell all 6 of these players are just in the groove. They're doing what they do best. They're not trying to force anything. They're just making sure that they make the play happen. It's a beautiful mental tactic more than anything else. If they, if they're not overthinking, they're not forcing themselves into situations where they're uncomfortable, then they're probably going to do a pretty good job, win or lose.
Ooh, they should have covered that backboard better. Doombug forced to come off of the line for that one. Immediately has his place taken by Sham. Good defensive rotation on Regalia. We have yet to see a goal get scored. But man, it could fall at any moment, just like there. It hits the crossbar, but this time it's the bar down ski instead of the bar out ski.
So Doombug going for boost on that, and then he realized that he wasn't going to have time, so he manages to have enough to get back to the net. Definitely expecting his teammate to get the clear there. I don't think that was the best idea. Maybe just cycle back to net. Just keep it covered at this point. It's game 7 to find yourself in the money round. You might as well do the best that you can as far as tactics go, and at that point, boost was not the best way to go.
Double commit from Vanguard. Doombug looking to make use of that. Quick rotation from Shock, blocking that shot dead in its tracks. And Sham still looking to play a little bit of disruption up in that final third on the orange half of the field. Spuda off the sidewall. Doombug is ready to kill the ball in front of the net, looking to set something up for Sham here. He was not quite in position yet. Regalia are a little too scared right now to really put 3 players up to the midfield line to have them push up. There's always someone back in the net. Bumps galore indeed. Doombug looking to set something up here. Good touch from Atomic onto Shock. They clear the ball away for the time being. Regalia, they looked like they were close to being dangerous so many times there, but in the end, the teeth were just not quite there.
They're trying to play sure. They know they have the time. They want to make sure that someone is back defending, because you never know when something might happen. And also allowing that third man to come through. It doesn't seem like Regalia want to overcommit in this situation. They're playing comfortably.
Oh, that's a beautiful pass.
But they
Shock
gotta
blocks a Doombug follow-up shot. Double commit from Ajax and Shock. Beautifully straight onto Atomic. Gets it off of the backboard. Beats Sham to it as well. What a clear from Vanguard.
Right here, Ajax over to Atomic. That was beautiful. That could have even been on target. But Sham on the way back, I think they have in their minds they want to just keep the offense going at all time. Just at any cost. They're not allowing for any contingency at this point. They were earlier in this game, but now they are not. As a big bump from Atomic pulls Doombug out of that play.
2 minutes left. It's a 2-goal lead for Vanguard. There are no more safety nets. This is game 7. The final one, either way. Spuda, angle shot. Blocked by Atomic. Doombug off the side wall. Bounces off the ceiling, looking to get it in front of the net. Oh, Shock had it covered, but couldn't get a good touch the first time around. And that's a goalpost hit. Spuda looking to nail that shot. Atomic gets the save, though. Spuda looking to contest this one as well. Ajax breaks through, gets past one, looking to get it off of the backboard. Atomic comes in from the side and covers this one for 3-0 to Vanguard.
Yeah, Regalia trying to push as hard as they can. That was a big demo for Ajax as well. Both Spuda and Sham were up on the play. Sham, I believe, was actually on his way back, and I don't know if he lost track of the play or just didn't realize that nobody else was back. Some miscommunication, it seems like, coming from Regalia. This is probably one of the hypest moments that they've been in, so you have to expect some mistakes, but you also have to be able to correct them as quickly as possible. Nice pass here.
Sham onto Shock, was waiting on the crossbar. Final minute is on the board. 3-goal deficit for Regalia. This is going to be a Herculean task for them. They need to get started soon. Goal needs to be scored by Regalia within the next 10 to 15 seconds if they want to have a chance even, at tying this one up, taking it to overtime. Good save off the air dribble from Ajax, but Vanguard are in full control of this game right now. Sham off to the side wall. Bounces it off of the ceiling. 30 seconds remaining. They have to score now, but Shock keeps the ball away from them, and this is just what Vanguard are doing right now. Run disruption, run intervention, keep Regalia away from the ball. stop them from making that all-important first step of the comeback. And as time is ticking down and the goal count is staying exactly where it is looking like Vanguard will be moving on to the grand final of tonight's Astronauts Rocket League 3v3 tournament. We will see a goal from Regalia, but it's just a little too late at this point.
And you know, Regalia, they actually, it's actually a really nice goal. Spuda realizing the ball was going to actually hit the post there and able to read that and get that one going. But, I mean, Regalia played beautifully, let's face it. Now, Game 7, I think they finally kind of just hit the wall, and Vanguard remaining patient, just playing their game where they're comfortable. Beautifully done by Regalia, though. I have to admit, I am extremely surprised. These guys put up quite the fight. Spuda played well. Sham played excellently. And, you know, Doombug, since the last time I've seen him play, was awesome. All three players played beautifully together. There's some team synergy that wasn't quite there compared to Vanguard. And I think that right there was the difference in the end. The Vanguard had all the confidence in the world that no matter what was going on, they knew where they were at. They could nail any pass that they wanted. And Regalia just couldn't quite do that. We saw some attempts, but nothing totally on target every time like Vanguard was doing.
Yeah, it was a solid match from both teams, but in the end, Regalia just took a little too long to get into the series. Their first few games, which Vanguard did end up taking here as well, were just a little, I don't know what to call it. It just wasn't enough. Whatever it was not enough to go up against Vanguard. And while they did find their way into the series beautifully at that as well, it turned into a fantastic series towards those later matches. In the end, Vanguard just had that slight edge, and that means they will be moving on to the grand final to play for that $2,000 prize pool. They will be meeting one of these two teams. Sorry?
I just got some word from Doombug, and they're kind of reflecting on what was going on in that particular game. And I quote, "Just got to shape up our defensive mistakes," and they got it.
Yeah.
I think we can agree to that, actually. That,
yeah.
You know, obviously there's little things, passes, stuff like that comes with time, but the defensive mistakes were the glaring one for sure. So well done, guys. You can't complain. That was well fought.
It was. And over time, I mean, I harped on their transitional play in the early stages of the series, but they really kind of sorted that out as the series went on, and we saw a lot more positive play come out from their own half and followed up as well. So they're already halfway there. They just need to stay consistent and make sure they can pull off that 100% straight from the get-go instead of needing a couple of games to warm up. As it stands, and as I was saying, Vanguard move on to the grand finals, and they'll be meeting one of these two teams, the Peeps or No Cap. It's going to be an exciting match. The Peeps are our reigning 3v3 champions, and they're coming off high off of their promotion tournament victory. They can be looking forward to a full season of RLCS. So will that momentum be able to carry them on through to the grand final? No Cap definitely have a heck of a task in front of them. It's the Peeps versus No Cap. It's our second semifinal of the night. It's going to come up right after this break. Welcome back to the Astronauts Rocket League 3v3 tournament powered by Team Beyond and Astro Gaming. My name's Patch. Joining me is Ninja Rider. The first semi-final has passed, and Vanguard, Ajax, Atomic, and Shock are going to be the ones to move on to the grand final. They will be meeting one of the Peeps. I'm pretty sure that team needs no introduction, but I'll do it anyway. Explosive Gyro, Arsenal, Reddles, versus No Cap in the form of Shadow, Ralph, and Slushy. It is literally David versus Goliath right here. The Peeps, a freshly baked RLCS team, and I'm pretty sure that they are looking to continue their streak of successes here tonight as well.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, why not? Especially after such a crazy weekend for them. Like you mentioned, freshly baked. They still have that fresh baked smell.
Yeah.
Right? Chocolate chips, man. I'm telling you. No, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, so obviously the Peeps don't need any introduction at all. But No Cap, Shadow, Ralph, and Slushy. Ralph has been around for quite a while. Shadow and Slushy I'm not as familiar with, but I mean they made it this far. They made it past, let's see, they made it past RBG. That is definitely something to watch out for. So will they give the Peeps a run for their money? Slotted at number 6. I don't know. Maybe, I wonder if we'll be surprised.
Well, Shadow Slushy, of course, coming in from Upper 90 Esports, Slushy being the sub on that team.
Of course.
And Shadow recently having left. So they've been around the block competitively as well, absolutely. Sure. So it's not like they aren't experienced, certainly not as experienced as the Peeps. There's literally a class difference between those two teams.
And, bringing in Ralph, I think, adds a layer of experience as well. And Ralph has been around, like I mentioned, for a long time, played a ton of competitive Rocket League back in the heyday of, community tournaments. Not that it's not a heyday anymore, but yeah, I mean, it's going to be, I think it's going to be an interesting match just to see how the teams, match up with each other. Obviously, the Peeps have a ton of synergy. The question is, does No Cap? And I think the first 2 games will definitely be indicative of what we'll be seeing for the rest of the night, really.
Yeah, my take on this match is the Peeps are the Peeps, and No Cap are going to have to seriously step up to the task here because, the Peeps are clear favorites coming into this, and I will go out on a limb and say 4-0, the Peeps. This is what I say.
I'm gonna go 4. I'm gonna go.
Seem to agree with me, Ninja.
I'm gonna go 4-2.
4-2. Okay. Well, I think the Peeps have got this one in the bag. I think they're high, riding a wave of euphoria right now. After all their successes in recent times, the biggest one, of course, making RLCS.
They're not Colorado high, guys. Come on, calm down.
And as it stands, Game 1 is underway out of a potential 7. Peeps on blue, Arsenal, Gyro, Reddles, No Cap on orange, Ralph, Shadow, Slushy. Let's see where this journey will take us yet again. First one took us to a Vanguard victory. Second one is now underway. Reddles carries that one into the corner. Gyro has to make space for him. Arsenal pops that one up. No Cap aggressive early on. Something that would speak against the Peeps taking home the victory tonight is that they are the reigning champions, and we haven't had a single reigning champion defend their title in 3v3 tournaments on Astronauts yet. So this would be a first. A series to break, double whiff in the midfield.
Triple whiff.
Triple whiff, and there it is. First blood to No Cap, and the Peeps kind of missing every ball they went for there.
Yeah, a little bit. Reddles thought about going for it and ended up not going for it. Arsenal, I think, was expecting Reddles to go for it, so Arsenal just kind of started floating up on it and was a little bit surprised by the shot. It kind of seems like the Peeps playing a little bit relaxed, just feeling out No Cap. We'll have to see, as it's only been a minute of play, and I expect the Peeps to start cranking up the voltage. Shadow gets a great demo there. Doesn't open up much, though.
What a bump from Shadow into yet another defender. Slushy is getting taken out of the play by Reynolds. Gyro misses the ball as he comes off the side wall. Gyro forced to get his hands on that play as well. Reynolds in the midfield trying to set them up for Arsenal. He tries to get the second touch off of the backboard to make it go infield. Gyro is in the meanwhile blown up, and he was the quality passing station for the Peeps in that play. Reynolds can't quite find the angle on that one. Man, that would have been an amazing goal if he had managed to. Another demolition as No Capper out for blood. Quick retaliation coming in from the Peeps as Ralph goes up in flames. This is the Thunderdome right now on DFE Stadium.
Oh, flashback to the Renegade Cup.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good save from Gyro. Off into the corner, but No Cap not done yet. Arsenal doesn't get the touch. The Peeps missing a lot of touches that they absolutely should get as an RLCS caliber team. But it could just be a matter of playing it relaxed, taking things slow, feeling No Cap out, and then ramping things up when they need to. Arsenal, oh, goodness gracious. What a save off of the crossbar. That could have gone awry right there. But in the end, it went all right. Nearing halftime, 1-goal lead to No Cap. And the Peeps, only one shot to their name so far in 2.5 minutes of play.
Yeah, I was just checking that myself. They've had basically no offense pretty much this whole way through. No Cap has 5 shots already. And obviously 1 going in, but other than that, not super high quality shots. Pass play here, though.
Yep, Shadow, back onto Ralph! Ooh, off of the crossbar, just above the crossbar. No Cap with a chance to get goal number 2. Double commit from Reynolds and Gyro. And the Peeps are looking a little weakened right now. Gyro was all the way through yet again. A demo
Arsenal!
A retaliation demo. Arsenal taking down 2 in a row. But the ball has been cleared by No Cap. And what an important clear that was. Yet again, though, the net is left open. The rebound off of the backboard from Ralph finds Slushy, and they go up by 2.
I mean, Ralph right here, that was just a beautiful touch. Nothing fancy on it either. And Arsenal couldn't read it. And that's kind of it. I mean, No Cap spawned. They immediately went to the offensive end and shot one through. Sometimes that's just how it works. The Peeps got a little bit overconfident, I think, pretty much all the way through this game. They're going to have to put themselves together. Who would have thought a break like that would have messed them up?
Well, I'm not sure what I'm seeing here right now, but the Peeps are definitely not playing to the level that they are capable of playing at. I think everyone watching knows this. I think they themselves know this. So the only thing left to speculate over is, why is that? Is it because they're not really giving their all into this match? Is it because they are having communication troubles? Is it because... I'm not sure. Maybe they're still hungover from the RLCS party. I'm not sure.
I mean, that is possible. They're still on the sugar low from all the soda they drank after getting to RLCS. There's a definite possibility there, honestly. And maybe they're just tired. Who knows? But they did have a whole series break. And sometimes it takes a little bit for players to recover from that. So I'm wondering if it's just that, they're getting back into the groove of things. Slushy takes a shot, and that'll get knocked away. Arsenal credited with a save. But
Arrow. No boost to go on here. Arsenal off of the backboard. Good block right there from Shadow. And Ralph will put that one forward. Shadow already waiting in the wings. Arsenal is taken out by Slushy. And immediately the physical play coming in from No Cap, making sure that there are no defenders left to defend against their offense on the Peeps. Slushy now blown up. Arsenal can't really get a hold of the ball. Yet again finds himself on low boost. Ball is cleared back into the blue half. Final seconds tick down. Ball is going to touch the ground, and No Cap take game 1, and there goes my prediction.
I mean, No Cap was shutting down shooting lanes. They were doing everything they needed to do on defense as well. So quick turnaround to offense, and the Peeps got a little bit ahead of themselves, it seemed like, a couple of times. And it does kind of seem like the Peeps are playing a little bit more relaxed. They're trying to have a little bit of fun, but I think they are going to have to step up the game a little bit and get themselves more organized. Game 2, again, indicative of how this whole series is going to go, and I think really the whole evening, the rest of the evening anyways. I mean, we'll have to see. Maybe they just wanted to loosen things up, get the fingers moving again, use game 1 for that and kind of use the 7-game format to their advantage. We'll see here. Game 2, I think, will be it'll be the one. This is the one to watch for sure.
Let us see if NoCap can continue to ride on the momentum that they've just built themselves into in game 1, or if the Peeps will come back striking with a vengeance, looking to make that grand final and defend their title in the Astronauts 3v3 circuit. What a great setup. The save from Shadow. Even better, though. Arsenal with a follow-up. He will find the net this time. What an offense from the Peeps, though.
Beautiful offensive pressure here. Gyro just coming in off of the sidewall, forcing the defense out. Ralph dead in the water, and a shot comes right above his head. Arsenal coming from behind Reddles. Reddles called off on that play, and it worked out perfectly. The Peeps on the board first.
Yep, certainly are. Coming out swinging into game 2, and they kind of needed to do that after game 1, and they're going to get a second goal here as well. What a shot from Gyro. Laser beam. Reddles is the one to get a touch on it, but I'm not sure that would have been required.
Reddles on the layover with a little flick to throw it to a little bit farther off to the side. Keep the defense guessing. The Peeps so good at doing that as well. And now that they've had an idea as to how NoCap is going to play, they're going to start implementing their strategy from here on out.
2-goal lead, and Peeps already looking much more organized, much better placed and positioned on the pitch. Arsenal looking for the bump onto Ralph. He does get the touch that he needed to. Shadow gets bumped out of the way. Physical play now coming in. Arsenal with a slow touch double commit from Ralph and Slushy to pinch that ball out of the danger zone, but here it comes off the side wall straight onto Reddles. Arsenal hitting a crossbar there. Boom, bounces down onto the ground, but ultimately ends up outside of the net. So much pressure coming in right now from the Peeps. Reddles, and the angle finds it. 3-0 Peeps.
Arsenal right here turns back on this, even though Gyro was there, and he just gets this beautiful flick on Slushy, not expecting that flip to come through. And Reddles, I don't know if he was expecting that to happen per se, but he found himself in a great spot and just keeping pressure alive, manages to find his way into the net. Well done by Reddles again. That's the second of this game.
It really is, and it's a night and day difference between Peeps, for Peeps between game 1 and 2. Peeps with so much more pressure, so much more confidence. They're getting their touches. They're hitting every single touch, setting up those passing plays. They're much better positioned. They're more solid on defense. This is the Peeps that we're used to seeing. This is the Peeps that we've used, that we saw beat EG in the promotion tournament. But here comes Slushy and gets NoCap on the board.
Arsenal didn't quite have a great challenge there. Ralph just moving the ball towards the net. Reddles attempting to read off the backboard. He found himself on the wrong side as the ball passed him. It was going to be a tough one to have anything on it. And I think it was Gyro who was up for the defense and just could not get the read. NoCap, nice little speed play to put themselves on the board, but they still have a little bit of ways to go. Ralph! Ones from Reddles?
I mean, he is a proficient ones player. Look at that beautiful pop-up into the air. Made 2 defenders jump for it, who have had no chance in actually getting there, no matter how much boost they expended to get it.
And for the record, Reddles did not get credit for a turtle goal on that one.
Well, I mean,
he was upside down when he didn't get that touch.
The goal itself, that wonderful little chip, is more than enough credit for Reddles right there.
I agree, but, you know, Reddles likes to mix things up a little bit.
Yeah, I suppose. As it stands, 3 goals lead for the Peeps right now as we're nearing halftime. Reddles with his hat trick, looking for number 4 here as well. Was trying to get a bump onto Slushy, ultimately flew slightly past him. Gyro misses the ball, back pass from Arsenal onto Reddles. 50-50 is won by NoCap in the midfield, and here comes Shadow with an opportunity, and he makes use of it. Solid, clean play from NoCap.
Solid indeed. I mean, Shadow didn't get a great challenge on that. Ralph was able to get just above Arsenal. Both Reddles and Gyro weren't exactly sure what was going to happen there. They didn't realize that there was a player there. And that's all it takes. No Cap within 2 goals, just past halftime. It's definitely within their grasp. It's going to come down to the Peeps and keeping that offensive pressure alive. And I think trying to control the pace of this game more than they have been so far. And No Cap just trying to put it back into their own hands.
Oh, good attempt by Slushy. Actually gets quite far on that play, off of the side wall. Demolition onto Gyro. Ralph looking for the net here. Finds the crossbar instead, and now Arsenal popping that one up, looking to cut the angle. Can't quite make it happen, though. Gyro, infield pass. Reddles is up for it. Plays that off into the corner. Shadow intercepting. At least for the time being, the ball bounces off the ceiling. A lot of focus is placed onto the midfield here. Long range clear from Gyro. Ralph will have no trouble saving that. And No Cap are applying some pressure of their own here.
Oh!
They have to watch out for the Peeps, though, as they can be deadly and dangerous as soon as you give them any kind of leeway. And the Peeps are looking for it. They are on the prowl here, looking for their prey. Demolition onto Ralph. That's an open net, and Reddles will make sure that this one is made use of. 5-2 to Peeps.
Well, Reynolds actually got out of that challenger. Gyro got a massive demo on the goal line. And I'm not sure if Arsenal's shot was technically on point, but with Reddles right there, a master at those tight angle shots, knocks it right in, and that 3-goal lead is back here for the Peeps.
It really is. Another demolition onto Slushy. Gyro versus 2. Waits a little too long, and Ralph snatches that ball off of him. Final minute of play is upon us. Reddles pass on to Arsenal. He carries that on through with Slushy hot on his tails. Manages to keep the ball away from him, though. And Shadow trying desperately to keep the ball in the corner. Double commit, a little bit of a double commit from No Cap, but they do manage to gain a lot of ground on that clear, forcing the Peeps back into their own half. And solid midfield coverage from No Cap as well. They get a shot off on target, but it's wide. Reddles now off the side wall. Gets it off the ceiling as well. Can't quite finish it off. Not enough boost left in the tank, and No Cap quickly rotated to a spread out formation in front of the net. Nicely played, but as it stands, 12 seconds left, 3-goal deficit. I think Peeps have this one in the bag.
Yeah, Peeps just kind of keeping the ball on the offensive end, not allowing No Cap to get any possession at all. Gyro just kind of flying through here. Slushy might get his own goal. Yes, he will. But put him on the board as well. Pad the stats a touch, I think, and the Peeps kind of just giving him this one.
Yeah. That was the Peeps that we're used to seeing. That is exactly what we were expecting, what I was expecting from them earlier, before the match. And are you serious?
What?
Look at the decal on Reddles.
Oh, he's rocking the EG?
He's rocking the EG decal.
Yeah,
I only just noticed that.
I saw that earlier, and I mean, I don't think... Whatever.
That's just that is just man, Reddles. Come on, man.
I mean, we have to assume though that Reddles. I mean, that's, if you ask me, that's respect.
I mean, you could look at it either way. Let's assume it's respect. Let's assume it's respect. You could look at it either way, I suppose. But yeah, as I was saying, Peeps playing well, No Cap, trying their best, but ultimately, Peeps on form are going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, and I think the Peeps really did get on form that particular game. They definitely played a lot better than they did in the first game. And we kind of posited that the Peeps were trying to just loosen up and get back into the groove. Well, they definitely got back into the groove for game 2. No Cap, they had a couple answers for him, but I think that mostly because the Peeps started to kind of inch up in the pitch a little bit. But No Cap, when they get a chance, they're usually able to throw one into the back of the net. The Peeps just have to clean that up a little bit, and I think they'll be golden. Unless No Cap can pull something out of their non-caps, we'll have to see.
Game 3. 1 game apiece in the series so far. The Peeps have certainly woken up after an unusual game 1 from them. Oh boy, that was a lot more dangerous than it should have been. Gyro on the goal line, just able to make that come off the backboard. No Cap actually dangerously close to scoring within the first 20 seconds of this game, so they are still determined. They are still hot. Infield pass onto Slushy. intercepted by the Peeps. Here comes a shot from Shadow, though. Oh,
it was enough.
Demo onto Arsenal, but Reynolds gets the save. And no cap, they're really looking for it here.
No cap trying to go the Michael Bay route. It could work if they can get it tactically. Slushy just enough to save it out. And nobody to challenge. Gyro finally there. Right over to Arsenal. Shot again. Slushy. A flying save.
Crazy defense coming in from both teams. Into the corner looking for Arsenal, but the ball is overshot. And here comes Slushy. Pass on to Shadow. Crossbar hit, looking to get a second touch on it. And that was No Cap's goal to score. Nobody would have been able to get anywhere close to saving that, but he put it against the crossbar. That's a chance that they need to take against a team like Peeps, but as it stands, still no goals on the board. Minute and 20 seconds into the game. Both teams so close at times, but no one actually crossing the finish line just yet.
Well, yet. I think that's the key word there. Great pass to Gyro. This has to be scored. Ralph in the net.
Oof. Nicely played on defense by Ralph. Positioned himself perfectly for that shot. Peeps are not quite done yet, though. Reynolds onto Arsenal. Back onto Reynolds. Doesn't get the touch he was looking for, though. Not scrambling. That's enough. And the Peeps, their flashes of brilliance. And finally, Reynolds scores it into the long corner. It was about time that a goal happened in this game, no matter who for.
And it looked like Shadow was trying to pass this one out for Ralph, and Ralph just trying to gauge the speed of the ball as it's sort of slow rolled. Reynolds going for boost on the steal, realizing that he might have a chance to at least keep the play alive, and just manages to thread the needle. The ones plays coming through indeed, being able to read those plays. I know a lot of people talk down on ones, but it is such great practice being able to read where the ball's going to go at all times, and then positioning yourself perfectly to take advantage of said ball control. And right there is a great example. The Peeps finally find themselves a goal. No cap, still with nothing. They've had their chances, but they gotta get connected a little bit more, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, Arsenal.
Whoop.
Another one.
Oh.
Could have found the angle there. Definitely could have found the angle there. But as it stands, no goal. We're at halftime. It's only a one-goal game. This does not look like a one-goal game. Good save from Shadow. Reynolds looking to finish this one off the crossbar, but Slushy saves it. And now No Cap trying to start the counter. Arsenal immediately coming in with the block. As I was saying, this does not look like a one-goal game. Like the way this game has been played, this is like what you expect to see from a 5-goal game at this point. But miraculously, only one goal having found its way on the board here. Demo onto Shadow. Arsenal immediately follows up with a shot. Gyro is actually credited for the goal there, but I'm pretty sure that was all Arsenal.
Shadow trying to get some control on it. Reynolds
no,
on the
actually
demo.
It was Gyro.
Yeah, Gyro on the pickup. And Reynolds just kind of getting in the way of everyone. A demo master as well. We've seen him make some crazy demos in ones play, and it's transferring well in this 3 setup as well, as see the Peeps starting to just kind of come alive, and they're playing with a lot of confidence. Oh, that would have been massive. Dooms would have loved that.
Ralph in the corner, trying it through the sidelines. Gyro with the block. Slushy pass on to Shadow, slightly overshot. Good idea, though. Gotten very dangerous if the Shadow had gotten his hands on that ball. Now Reynolds trying to use the ramp. Ralph early on the contest. Gyro making sure that no passing lane is open for that one. Slushy just a Hail Mary shot. No one there to follow it up, and the block came in immediately. As Gyro trying the angle. It's covered by Shadow. Arsenal off of the backboard. Reynolds is coming in. Good shot on target. Even better save from Ralph, who saw that shot coming. We're in our final minute of gameplay. No cap. They've had so much potential. They've had so many chances here, but aren't on the board just yet.
You mentioned the chances, and they're definitely showing. Oh, Gyro hassling Ralph in the net right there, and that is just enough for Arsenal to sneak one through right here from midfield. I like it. Slushy. Gyro was actually challenging that ball, and I think he was looking for Shadow, but Shadow was a little bit out of position on that particular play. And of course, it's going to put the Peeps on the board again. Each player from the Peeps have a goal to their credit. And I think that just goes to show you how tight-knit of a team these guys are, for now at least.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what you're used to seeing when Peeps play, that the scoreboard is going to be spread wide as far as points go, and the distribution is always very even. You don't really have a star player on the Peeps that everyone is just looking for, that everyone is shutting down from. No key player to make sure, no player that has to have a good day for the team to excel. The Peeps are just a fantastic team with the emphasis on the team. And it's so refreshing to see them be successful and make their way to the RLCS. 7 seconds left, 2 goals to catch up to. No cap could pull off a huge comeback here. I don't think it will happen, but it could.
Well, so the Peeps are playing fast and loose again. They know time is starting to expire, and obviously they have a lot of confidence. So it makes sense to kind of back off a little bit, just relax the brain, if you will. Kind of wondering if they've been talking to like a sports psychologist or something along those lines, or if Gyro has a lot of experience in competitive, Rocket League, the competitive format. So maybe he's kind of bringing that in and just letting his players know that you can relax a little bit. They're not going to win this. Them scoring 1 goal is not a bad thing.
No.
So let it go. We'll keep the momentum into the next game. And I think it's a smart play. I think it's great because it kind of gives No Cap and any other team that they play a little bit of confidence, and then they can just shut it down. It's a little savage, actually.
I'm not sure they're quite that Machiavellian. Maybe they just needed a game to get warmed up. That's what I'm thinking. But whatever it was, man, you read too many mystery novels, man.
Is that what it is? Am I too much of a conspiracy theorist?
Yeah, let's lay off on the tinfoil a little bit. I think, as it stands, the Peeps are definitely back in the game now. They took a while. Game 1 wasn't the best game that we've seen them play, and the reasons for that will remain hidden to us for all eternity.
Somebody go ask him.
Yeah, go ahead and ask him after the match. Why not? Would be nice to have some confirmation. As it stands, 2-1 in the series. It's only a 1-game lead for the Peeps here, so by no means are No Cap out of the series just yet. Just need to make sure not to lose control, not to let things spiral out of control. Peeps have the chance to put them on match point here and to complete what is essentially a best-of-5 reverse sweep against a freshly made RLCS team. That's the difficult task right there.
I mean, it really is. I mean, No Cap definitely have their work cut out for them. They know what they need to work on. The question is, can they make their adjustments mid-series, even mid-game? We know the Peeps can do it, and all the best teams can do it. And so No Cap, this is the time to prove to themselves that they can do some of the hardest things that pros do, as Reynolds might get a shot off here, not quite.
Yeah, good attempt, looking to keep it alive here as well. Reynolds in the corner. It's off the backboard, puts it up high. Gyro off the ceiling. Reynolds looking to catch that on his way down. No cigar.
This time.
Into the corner where Shadow is waiting for the ball, trying to stuff it past Gyro. He is on the side wall. Reynolds, infield pass onto Arsenal. Nicely played, but Slushy saw that one coming. Gets the interception on the pass. Now Shadow gets it past Reynolds. Rivals ready for the passing station, and he runs disruption on everyone who would have been able to defend that ball. No Cap get on the board first.
I like to hear Ralph realizing that someone was on the way back and just barely getting in Arsenal's way. It was enough for Shadow to speed one by. And No Cap, seems like they're playing with a little bit more confidence. They've slowed down the gameplay just a touch, and it's working for them.
Here comes Shadow. Looking to stay in ball control. Plays that off to Slushy, or at least tries to, but Reynolds comes in with the interception. Pass played a little short, a miss from Arsenal. Reynolds going for the fake, it seems, but there was no one there to back him up, so I'm not quite sure why he did that. Ralph coming in, off of the corner. Reynolds on the side wall.
Oh, Shadow.
Corner ram comes straight down. Shadow throwing himself into that ball and following it up all the way to the blue half now as well. As Ralph wraps around the ball. Player comes out from the Peeps. Caught on the sidelines by Shadow yet again. So much positivity coming out of Shadow in this game. He's everywhere at once, it seems. There's a very good presence for NoCap at this point. Has more points than both his teammates combined here as well, so he is playing his heart out, and the Peeps have yet to get on the board.
Oh.
Arsenal will make sure that it happens, though, by just making sure that Slushy is inside the net.
Savage play here. Shadow just trying to get in the way of the play, and it wasn't quite enough. Arsenal realizing that there was a goalie and he wasn't going to be moving much. Bumps him out of the way, sets the net up for Reddles. It was an open net, technically, but Reddles had something to aim at, and that's exactly what he needed. Finally, the Peeps on the board.
Oh,
Gyro!
oh,
my.
Gyro! Gyro, you sleek little monster.
I like this right here. Arsenal just passing it towards the center. Gyro just creeping in, and it's enough to fake out the defender there from NoCap. Oh, man. That was actually kind of creepy because you expected a lot more speed on the play, but nothing. I mean, Gyro just ate all of that speed up. As Ralph goes for the shot. Gyro able to get a decent save. Slushy still there. Reddles and Ralph battling it out, and Reddles on the pickup. Oh, boy, this is where he's dangerous.
Oh, yeah, it certainly is. This is a textbook one's play. Goes for the fake. Oh, Slushy has to watch out not to own goal this one. They are able to clear it out, as I don't think Reddles had enough space for what he was trying to do there. That absolutely would have worked in a 1v1. But with 2 additional defenders hot on his tail, you gotta play it a little faster. Maybe go for a flick instead of a fake.
Reddles was going for the old bump and score.
That might have been the case as well.
I've called it the Reddles bump before.
As it stands, defenders were able to catch up to Reddles. And that chance is gone with the wind, but they are still in the lead by 1 goal. Minute and 5 seconds. Oh, Shadow actually close there. Arsenal coming in from the side, and one little tap puts that ball away for 3.
Arsenal had the momentum here, just flipping and grab some boost just in case, reading the play all the way through. I wonder if Reddles might have coached him through that as well, just because Reddles had the better view of it. We know that the Peeps have some fantastic communication, and they don't just play off of instinct or around each other like we've heard some teams say they play that way. They talk to each other. They talk to each other a lot. And in doing so, that was a great way for Arsenal to put himself on the board. 3-1, less than a minute. I don't think NoCap is going to be able to catch up for now.
Yeah, it's unlikely.
Jeez, Reddles getting savage out there.
Man, imagine if that had crossed the net.
That would have.
I would have woken up every single person living on this street. As it stands, 30 seconds remaining. It's a 2-goal lead for the Peeps, and I have to agree with you. It is unlikely that NoCap will be able to catch up to this, but it's not impossible.
It's a long street, too, by the way.
Reddles off the backboard. Shadow can't get up in time, and that's going to be a goal for Gyro. No, he's not going to score that. 3-goal lead now, and the Peeps will be on match point.
I actually like the idea here from Reddles, just keeping it alive and not allowing NoCap to reset themselves at all. Just keeping them on their toes all the way through, and keeping the Peeps' momentum for them has been critical in basically every game they play. Once they get the momentum, they have to keep it going. And so that score,
okay. Buzzer beater. No, not quite, but almost.
Slushy?
Yeah.
Let's get some oofs in the chat.
Yeah.
Yikes, that's a rough one to take.
That's an oof indeed, but it does not matter. If it's any consolation, the game was over anyway, so if this had been a Game 7 overtime and that had happened, then yeah, that would have been a huge oof. But this way, it's just a little bit of an oof. The Peeps up by 3 in the series, up by 2 on 3 in the series, and they will have a match point in Game 5. And in fact, they'll have one in Game 6 and 7 as well. NoCap are now forced to win 3 in a row.
Yeah, so I mean, NoCap have not been able to really put huge plays together. They've scrambled on defense. It seems like the Peeps have been outpacing them. I don't want to say outclass, because NoCap definitely have some great mechanical ability. They have all the tools. They haven't quite been able to put it all together yet. And the Peeps, obviously, like They just have so much experience as a team. They just made it to RLCS. They've proven themselves, at least for now. And it hasn't been a breeze for them. You know, NoCap has definitely given them a run for their money. But once the Peeps get going, NoCap has not been able to stop them.
Yeah.
And it's a variety of factors, not necessarily just on defense. We've seen it, you know, on the transition back to defense, the transition to offense. The Peeps have been right there exactly where they need to be all of the time. And I think that NoCap doesn't quite have that ball awareness that the Peeps have yet. Not quite yet. Sometimes it clicks all together, but other times it doesn't. So there's a bit of a consistency issue as well. And let's face it, consistency is the name of the game here in Rocket League.
Certainly is, and the Peeps have shown quite a bit of that in their path, or on their path to the RLCS. So here we go. Game 5 could be the last one for NoCap in this tournament.
Oh!
Almost
Wow,
the
Shadow.
aerial dribble with a little bit of help from his friends. In the end, they do manage to clear that away just on the goal line, so close for the Peeps. The game will remain scoreless, at least for now. Arsenal is in front of the net, doesn't actually get the touch. Ball flies past him, slight misjudgment in front of the net there from Arsenal. 2 chances for the Peeps already. NoCap haven't quite found anything just yet, but they're looking for some offense now. See if they can make something out of this. Slushy off the backboard. Reynolds with a touch to that side while Slushy's still in the game. He's completely out of boost. He has to find one of his players who uses his second flip to gain a little more distance towards that midfield. Can't quite make it happen. Slushy now wrapping around. Still no boost on him. He's going to have to rotate back.
Wow, Shadow doing work on his end as well. Making sure the Peeps don't get anywhere near his net. It's 2-on-1 though.
Oh, Slushy, important touch there. That setup for Gyro would have been dangerous. It was dangerous. Off of the corner, can Shadow cut the angle? Yes, he can, but Gyro is there in time. Now we're seeing some offensive time from NoCap here as well. Ball comes off the backboard. Ralph, yet another backboard hit. Gyro on its way back. Punts it out to Reynolds, who's now being trailed by Arsenal.
Yeah, Reynolds had no boost.
Ball comes off the side wall. Arsenal coming in yet again. Slushy will have his hands on that ball. Reynolds coming in from behind with a fresh tank of boost. A touch from Arsenal.
Oh, Demo, this
Demolition
is
onto Slushy. Another demo onto Ralph, but Shadow, he's going to look at a runaway with this ball. Oh, they get it! They get it! 2 demolitions from the Peeps, and Shadow just says, yoink, I'm going to run away with this one.
And even the demo on him, Reynolds completely missing the ball at that juncture.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Shadow's like, yeah, I'm just going to put this one in, or at least move it towards the net. Whatever happens, happens. And they managed to find their way into a slim lead here. Halfway point in this game coming up, though. And the Peeps seem to be kind of all over the place. They're on the same page. They got to get on the same word.
We're at halftime. It's a 1-goal lead for NoCap. There were so many chances for the Peeps. Haven't scored one just yet, even not after scoring 2 demos in a row. Good touch from Ralph. Keeps that ball in play for the time being. Reynolds straight onto Ralph. Rotation back from the Peeps. Outfield pass. Arsenal will kill this one for Gyro. Looking to find the net. Slushy covers that angle. 2-minute mark. Still a 1-goal lead. Oh, what a fake! Into a 2-goal lead.
What a fake by Ralph! Reynolds trying to rotate in. Arsenal missed the boost. Arsenal just couldn't quite do it. Reynolds, I think he thought about going up the wall and then potentially expected a ground shot. I think Reynolds is starting to overthink a little bit on some of these defensive plays.
Well, it's a 2-goal lead for NoCap. But Gyro will turn it straight back into a 1-goal lead. Okay, never mind that then.
Arsenal has actually a decent kickoff. Reynolds following through, and Slushy just couldn't quite read that. Went for the boost anyways. Ralph on the follow-up could not quite read the speed play on that. Shadow was also thinking about moving up on the play. don't think it was the right time to be doing that, but, little mistake. They paid for it. Now they got to correct it before they lose the lead in this game, and that would allow the Peeps to come through. Uh-oh.
Oh, good flick from Arsenal. Shadow has his hands on it just in the nick of time. Arsenal waiting in the midfield for the pass from Gyro. A little too stationary. Makes himself a prime target for Shadow's rocket of vengeance. As it stands nearing the 1 minute mark on the clock, Peeps have yet to score a goal here, or a goal to catch things up. Reddles, long range, covered by Shadow on the crossbar. So Arsenal keeps the ball in the corner for the time being. Gyro infield pass, that one's onto Reddles, and they find the net. And they're tied at 2.
Well done, just keeping the offensive pressure alive here for the Peeps. Gyro just right there, able to get that pass off, and Reddles coming in third man. Perfectly placed shot, too. You would think he would want to go towards the more open net side, but with the ball so close to the wall, you kind of have to go for that near side post, and it was well done. Now Slushy trying to create chances. No cap. Do not want to lose this game for sure.
Yeah, they can lose this game or they are out of the tournament. Here's a setup from Ralph onto Shadow, and he scores that. What a play.
Ralph just staying tough. Gyro definitely not expecting that at all. Arsenal, after it got past him, tried to cover the net as much as he could, managing to shoot through 2 of them. Beautifully done there. Shadow with 2 goals to his name so far.
45 seconds. Arsenal straight onto Riddle.
Oh my God.
Slow floater. Shadow saw that coming. Arsenal missing his shot on the side wall. Riddle's into the midfield. Ralph looking for the pass onto Shadow. What will Shadow do with the ball? He'll get it past. Now Riddle stopping the ball. Riddle's and Arsenal yet again on top of one another. 18 seconds remaining. Gyro is going to drive this up the side wall. Immediate interception coming in from Shadow. He is in a scoring position here. Arsenal blocks the ball. 10 seconds remaining, and the Peeps are going to have to score a potential buzzer beater here to take it to overtime. Arsenal is in front of the net. Kills it. Oh, the demolition onto Gyro. He didn't get the shot off that he was looking for. Ralph diving into the ball, and it's going to touch the ground. And No Cap are going to stay alive in this series.
Well, they managed to do it. They cleaned up quite a bit of the mistakes, and they did not allow themselves to triple commit, I think maybe once or twice, and that's it. The Peeps, though, trying to put some crazy shots on the net, and I think that might have bit them a little bit. Reddle's trying to get creative with it, as he always does. They're trying to surprise No Cap, but No Cap had some solid rotation going. It was wide, but it was very, very fast, and they're able to recognize plays as they're happening, just before they start happening, and start to prepare for them with momentum. So putting a ton of speed on the ball may have caught the Peeps out a little bit more than I think the Peeps thought they did, and it was enough. I mean, that's enough to keep No Cap alive in this tournament.
Yep. They still have 2 more games to win if they want to make their way into the final, but there's already an important step against the Peeps. And yeah, you've mentioned it. I mean, the Peeps were not quite as focused as they perhaps should have been to close out the series, and in the end, No Cap just punished them for it. That's as simple as it is. And now we are in Game 6. And No Cap looking to ride this wave of momentum that they've just built up for themselves. Arsenal long range. That's actually going to find the net there. What a clear, straight on target.
Great challenge here. Arsenal just popping up for this. Slushy a little bit too far ahead. I think you probably should have let Ralph go for that, because Ralph did jump up for it, but he got called off, and Ralph at that point couldn't get back in time to even defend the net at all. There's a lot of trust being put into Slushy on that play, and it just didn't quite pan out this particular time. Now that the Peeps have a lead, though, they become even more dangerous to knocking No Cap out of this tournament and denying them a spot in the finals.
Riddle's outfield. Shadow struggling to gain control of the ball, and that's going to be a goal right there. Shadow just didn't quite catch the ball in the way that he probably should have, and Arsenal immediately going for the jugular.
I mean, pretty straightforward play. Let's face it. It's well done by Arsenal. Puts them 2 goals up in less than a minute too, Pash. So I think that the Peeps want to establish their lead and then just kind of cruise their way through.
Yeah.
I know that sounds a touch on the arrogant side, but when you have this much confidence, you can kind of start doing things like that. And it's really up to NoCap to step up their game.
Ralph, long-range shot, not quite on target. Could have been a goal right there. I think this is the most important thing for NoCap right now. Do not let the Peeps run away with this one. Do not let them build up a huge scoreboard before you start making your way towards that comeback. Don't even let it have to be a comeback. Stay competitive. Put up the pressure. Don't let go. And don't let the Peeps control the game. There's a shot. Oh, slightly off target. Hits the corner of the aluminum. Another attempt from Shadow. This one saved by Riddles. Arsenal will follow this clear up against the flip reset and the second touch. Slightly off target. Man, what a goal that would have been. Gyro looking to stuff it past. Slushy gets bumped out of the way, but not before he actually gets the save. But Arsenal coming in from behind and puts it away for 3.
This is awkward right there. Reddles completely missing the ball, but it shot Shadow off to the moons. Ralph trying to flip through and get some sort of clearance, and that left Slushy on the backboard in just a very awkward spot. And so Arsenal makes it a hat trick here for the Peeps. And I think this is where the Peeps will put on cruise control. Just keep the ball on the offensive end. If a shot comes through, a shot comes through. And if it doesn't, they'll just keep the ball in the air.
Yep. Straightforward stuff. 2 minutes and 45 seconds still left, and Slushy can make sure to
Reddles.
get that deficit back to 2. And a good save from Riddles, and Shadow still mid-rotation back. Wraps around the ball. Long-range shot, and Slushy making sure that Arsenal won't be the recipient of that pass. Halftime on the board. 3-goal lead to Peeps. NoCap have not yet been able to catch up to a lead like that.
Open net.
It was Ralph, though. Oh, my
Ralph.
goodness. What in the world? That was an open net.
Now, Ralph is facing the wrong way there. I think he was thinking about rotating out as Gyro goes for an air carry here. Oh, that's a great demo. There should be open... Nobody there to take advantage.
Okay.
NoCap have not been able to just close up their ranks at all. It's like they're forcing themselves into very awkward shots, thinking that that's the way to go, and it's not.
Here comes Ralph, and he finally puts it away. Makes good on his earlier mistake.
Come on, guys. Ralph realizing, though, that he did not need to rotate out for that. The Peeps completely caught out of their side. Pretty standard fare right there. I mean, Ralph recovered well and just kept his head on a swivel, realizing that there was a play right in front of him and just executed it. This could
2-goal
be
lead now.
enough to get NoCap back into this. We'll have to see.
Yep. Oh, long-range shot. Arsenal with the save. And Peeps forced into defense right now by NoCap. Slushy doesn't get his hands on the ball. Ooh, that's an open angle there. Goes slightly wide. Gyro trying to follow it, but he had no boost to beat the ball and wrap around it. Off of the backboard. Shadow! Upper left 90. And it's a 1-goal game.
That's a Reddles right here. Well, he did actually get a decent touch on it, but Slushy just absolutely dunked him hard. Both Ralph and Shadow realized what was going on. They both went for it. Ooh boy. It's getting a little dicey here in the NoCap camp. They only need one more, but time is starting to run out. The Peeps have let off the gas, and it's up to NoCap to take advantage.
Well, they still have over a minute left, so that should be enough time to get a goal onto the board. They just need to actually do it. Final minute is underway. NoCap are still on the offense. Demo onto Gyro. Reddles clears it out. Arsenal. Oh, what a touch from Arsenal.
Oh,
That was bonkers. What a touch from Arsenal.
Arsenal right here. And pop. Nice. Well-timed. Reddles just passing that one up, and then Arsenal even steals Reddles' shot. I don't want to be in those comms right now. I'm sure they're yammering back and forth at each other and then laughing, of course.
Oh, almost a kickoff goal. Arsenal able to come back from getting boost just in the nick of time. No Cap still on the offense here. Time is relentlessly ticking against them right now, and the Peeps are taking the ball, looking to keep control of it. Arsenal off of the ceiling. Ralph looking to clear it out wide, looking to gain some ground here. But Reynolds gets it on the side wall. Double commit coming in from No Cap, and another clear from Peeps will alleviate the pressure that No Cap are trying to build up here. Final 10 seconds. They're going to need to score right now if they still want to have a chance, and that is a clear that will shut down this game, kill it right dead. And the Peeps will move on to the grand final of tonight's Astronauts 3v3 $2,000 Rocket League tournament. But man, No Cap really did give them a run for their money. The Peeps are going to have to be a little more focused than that in the grand final against Vanguard.
I mean, No Cap took 2 games off of them.
Yeah.
So that's nothing to slouch at for sure. I think they played fairly well. It's just that, the Peeps, when they got down to business, they just started scoring goals and keeping pressure and scoring goals. That's what they've kind of always done, even when the team was first formed, keeping that pressure up and the rotation coming around perfectly, being able to read each other the way they do. And of course, the communication, everything falls into place when they start to focus. And No Cap didn't really have much of an answer for that. That's not to say that No Cap is a bad team per se, but this time with the Peeps in their current situation, that's kind of what is going to happen. And I'll be honest, I think No Cap going up against any the other two, either Regalia or Vanguard, definitely would have had a better shot, but the fact that they're on the Peep side of the bracket might have been a little bit unlucky for them in the way that the bracket worked out. But I still think that No Cap can definitely make a name for themselves within the Rocket League community and its tournaments. I'm impressed. I think they played well.
Yep, have to agree with there. Well played indeed by No Cap. And I mean, we've mentioned it before the series. They've been around the block competitively. It's not like they're completely unknown players. They've some of them have played in the RLRS. Some of them are subs. It's a mixed team indeed. Maybe this is a team that they want to run with in future seasons. And in that case, I wish them very well. And I think there's a lot of potential in there. We'll have to see come play in. But for the time being, the Peeps make their way into the grand final. Waiting for them there has been Vanguard, and they have been looking at this series. They've been seeing a Peeps that has shown vulnerability, but in the end did manage to pull through when it counted. Will they be able to repeat this success? Will Vanguard be able to put them through the test? Will the unstoppable force be stopped by anything tonight? That is a question that we will find an answer for in the grand final. The Peeps versus Vanguard, coming up right after this break. The grand final is upon us in this month's Astronauts Rocket League 3v3 tournament powered by Team Beyond and Astro Gaming. My name's The Pash. Joining me is Ninja Rider. 2 semifinals are in the bag. The victors are Vanguard and the Peeps. And now they're going to clash in one final match, one final best of 7, one grand final best of 7 to decide who takes home the bulk of the prize money. $1,500 are waiting for the victor, $500 for the second placed team. The Peeps are our reigning champions, and they'll be looking to defend their title. Will they be able to do it? What do you think, Ninja?
Well, maybe. I mean, Vanguard have some amazing players on their squad, and the Peeps, they're gonna have to step it up. They're gonna have to play, I think, at their full caliber, because Vanguard with Ajax and Atomic are able to put together some crazy plays. Shock backing them up with a lot of smarts too. So, I mean, we'll have to see. I really can't even predict it. I almost want to predict a full 7 series. The Peeps are probably going to take it. I couldn't even name a score though.
Well, you know what I say at this point. If I forced you to name a score, what would you say?
4-3. Peeps.
4-3. Peeps. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have to agree with you there. Maybe it's 4-3, maybe it's a 4-2. I think Peeps will in the end take this, but I also think that Vanguard are going to make it difficult as heck. So without further ado, let's hop straight into this. The end of May, the end of this tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, Vanguard versus the Peeps in the grand final. The Astronauts 3v3 Rocket League tournament. It is underway. Game 1 out of maybe 7, maybe less than that. At the very least, we're going to see 4. Oh! Long-range shot, slightly wide, and wide angle there as well. As the Peeps are off to an aggressive start. Gyro, a little undershot on that one. Reynolds was waiting in the midfield, but was bumped into by Vanguard's defense. Ultimately, they do get the clear, force the Peeps back into their own half of the field. Looking to start a new offense from scratch. Reynolds darting to that ball from the side of the pitch. Another clear comes out from Vanguard. Nothing too dangerous happening just yet. A little more aggression coming out from the Peeps, but we have praised Vanguard's turnaround play, transitional play earlier.
Oh!
And there's always a huge danger, just like there.
That's what I was talking about. Shock, realizing that he had a little bit of a shot here, got a nice turn off of the wall, and then both Arsenal and Gyro going for it. Ajax, realizing that there was a chance, go ahead, throw that in the net while you're there, secure the goal while they can, as the Peeps find themselves 1 goal down.
Infield pass on to Shock off of the backboard. Gonna have to be a little careful for that one. Myrtle picks it up, forced to play it back to his own half, as Vanguard are very aggressive on their tackling. Demolition onto Ajax. Runaway ball. Atomic looking to stop it. Reynolds and only put it against the ball. Gyro with the backflip leaves it to Arsenal. We're not able to capitalize on this situation. Arsenal off to the corner yet again. Atomic will have his hands on that ball. Long range shot. Arsenal able to cover that for the time being. Reynolds takes it off of him, but both of them are now out of boost. Reynolds picks up a fresh canister on the sidelines. But Ajax will retain control of this ball, carried all the way over to Shock. Gyro has a word to say in that matter, but ultimately it does not matter at all as Atomic runs away with the ball. And here comes Shock. Crossbar hit. Ajax looking for the follow-up. Doesn't find the angle. And Vanguard definitely ramping up their pressure right now, and the Peeps are struggling.
The Peeps seem like they're doing what they did in the last series, just reading what this team is going to do. And I think the Peeps have realized quickly they're going to have to step up the game quick. They don't want this game to run away from them. Ajax up for this. Shock is there as well. That's off the post.
Close call there, nearing halftime, and the better chances have absolutely come from Vanguard in this game so far. Atomic, Gyro doesn't cover the backboard there. Ball lands behind him, pinched in between him and the backboard. At least he was a barrier for everyone who tried to go for that backboard. Tries to set something up for Reddles here, but ultimately Atomic does get the block in the end. Another bounce off of the sidewall ram. Shock carries that one off into the other corner. Good pass on to Reddles. Will he get the second touch? No, he puts it high. Chance for the Peeps there. One of the very first good ones in this series, in this game. But it's still a donut for them on the scoreboard. Shock in the corner, looking to keep play alive. Arsenal comes out. That angle not quite sharp enough. Vanguard are still getting all the offensive time in this game. Shock gets bumped out of the way, but he already got the pass off, and Atomic might have a good position here. He does! Near post, 2-0.
Vanguard have been basically just holding a man back this whole time, waiting for the rotation to come out, and they're just working in sync with each other. They're not forcing anything to go their own way. And it's working out well because the Peeps have not really been able to answer too much. A couple of shots here and there. As Gyro on the pickup from the kickoff. Ajax can't read it. Oh, Gyro going with this changeup fake. That's beautiful.
You dirty son of a gun. Beautiful. Just let the opponent defeat themselves. Gyro was just there to have a nice little walk in the park along with his best friend, the ball. And ain't no one gonna stop him. Riddles off of the backboard. I think Ninja is dying. Gyro gets a shot off onto target. Atomic saves that one. Arsenal still keeping the play alive. Looking for the pass onto Gyro, but a feels backflip ma'am on Gyro. Riddles with another positive pass forward. Gyro. Off the sidewall, Shock doesn't get the second touch. Arsenal takes the ball away from them, but Shock wins control back in the midfield. 40 seconds remaining. Apart from that one walk in the park from Gyro, we haven't seen a lot of offense from the Peeps in this game. They're going to have to ramp it up. They might be dropping this first game against Vanguard. They don't manage to score within the next 22 seconds, and Vanguard are yet again in offense. Ajax is taken out of the play, but Atomic will take his sweet time in getting to that ball because he knows that he has the time. The Peeps don't. The Peeps. Reddles. Corner. Off of the backboard. Good block from Shock. Can they start another offense here? Shock will be trying to clear that out far, and he does get the touch. Rebounds off of the side wall. Arsenal, yet again, we're going to have to see. The Peeps tried to juggle this ball. Reddles pops it right back up, and Ajax is just on bumping duty right now. Reddles gets it into the corner. Arsenal,
wait a minute.
Boy. Ajax will clear that off. Arsenal and Gyro stumbling over one another. It's another juggle extravaganza. The ball is still hot, though. Off the backboard, Atomic looking for the clear. Gyro. Oh, Shock, that's long range. And Arsenal won't be able to get that in time. It's a one-goal win, but it is a win for Vanguard.
A win is a win, and Shock beautifully played all around. You see the 2 assists. He's been playing he's been playing back a lot and just reading the play, and it seems like he's the one kind of making the call-outs. I mentioned, playing the smart play for Shock, and he's not trying to force anything, and he's kind of letting Atomic and Ajax do their thing. And their thing is usually a little flashy, a little out there sometimes, but Shock is right there, ready to make a play when it's time to make a play. And then when he is up, one of his teammates is right there as well because they know something is about to happen, and Shock making everything happen for Vanguard that game. Now, the Peeps, I think, are going to start looking for demos on Shock. We'll have to see here as we move into game 2, though.
Yep, it was a close game in the end, but I will say, and I will remain steadfast in my opinion, that Vanguard was just a better team in game 1. The Peeps really didn't get a lot of quality offense in. Gyro pretty much did everything. He was the only one that had more than one shot on his team.
Yeah.
I think Arsenal had 0. There was just not any kind of potent offense coming in from the Peeps early on. And now they're forced to make a save, as well as Vanguard are the first ones to really show their teeth here. Could this be the Astronauts' curse? Is this just the champions looking to defend their title, but not being able to because champions just don't defend their title in Astronauts 3v3 tournaments?
I don't... I mean, it's a good question. I guess we'll see after this series, but Vanguard have definitely played some excellent Rocket League, and the Peeps not playing up to the caliber that they usually play at, though. And this is the time for Vanguard to take advantage of that, in my opinion.
Oh, Atomic! On the ground and into the net. The Peeps on the goal line, no chance to save it.
Let's see here. All right, Atomic just aiming for it. Oh, Reddles flipped down. Oh, as he fell, it flipped down. That is a heartbreaker for Reddles. He had the aim on it. He had the save, at least in his eyes, and it just, the way that physics worked out didn't work for him.
Off the ceiling, Arsenal. And it's something up at the backboard, but that has just not been working for the Peeps in the series so far. Vanguard yet again pushing forward here.
Direct passes.
Gyro winning the 50 on the side wall, but the follow-up from Vanguard immediately coming in. Look at the angle on that one. Important touch by the goalie from the Peeps. And Vanguard continuing their pressure, continuing their... I'm going to almost say dominance.
Does seem like the ball control definitely dominated by Vanguard for sure. Keeping it on the offensive end, and they've definitely kept the Peeps on their toes. And like you said, they haven't really been able to clear out. They finally do. Reddles has a chance here. Double, not going to happen. And then right back on offense is Vanguard.
Haven't seen a single shot recorded for the Peeps just yet, compared to the 4 on Vanguard. It is only a 1-goal lead, but the Peeps are struggling for possession right now. Haven't seen them push forward out of the orange half just yet. And Vanguard are in the driver's seat, controlling the pace of the game, controlling where the ball goes. There's an opportunity. No. Clear comes out. The Peeps looking to mount some offense here. Arsenal plays it high. Atomic a little late on the buzzer for that shot, but Shock will yet again get a clear here. Back pass forced out of the Peeps. And Shock fakes it. Oh! Made Gyro jump into thin air. Almost got a setup there for someone who would be waiting in front of the net, but the angle was cut close. Vanguard continued to be highly dangerous.
And the Peeps were without boost for quite a while as well, forcing them to come back. And the moment they had a chance to even make some sort of headway into the offensive end, they had to do it very quickly and then run back for boost. And Gyro has a shot here. A triple commit in the corner by Vanguard catches him off guard.
Yep, one mistake.
There.
Yeah. Atomic actually did get the touch. The pass was intended for Reddles, but Gyro comes in from behind, plays beautiful backup, and puts it away regardless.
That bump. I missed the bump as I was making the call there, and that was completely the whole reason why that goal went through. A shot gets a great touch to send it away. Arsenal could have made it a 1-goal lead. Instead, we're still tied at 1.
And it's an important one for the Peeps here. Could give them a little bit of momentum, which is what they've been lacking in this game so far, in this series so far even. That's a good contest by Gyro. Very aggressive push coming in from the Peeps now. Vanguard playing for ball control. It has been working out well for them in this game so far, but the Peeps are slowly but surely coming awake here. Reddles, shot on target. Gyro looking for the bump onto Shock. Can't get it out in time. Shock does get the save. Looking to set something up in the midfield here. Runs out of boost, hoping that Gyro doesn't realize that, but he does. Atomic with another push forward. Follows it up here as well. Reddles trying to play the mobile blockade, but ultimately ends up with the ball. Passed on top of him. Plays it off to Gyro, and that is a fast switch around play from the Peeps.
And it's exactly what they needed to do because, again, ball control by Vanguard. The Peeps haven't had a ton of chances at even shooting at all. Only 3 shots. That said, the accuracy is fantastic because 2 goals by Gyro, actually. So, well done. The moment they have a chance, they take it, and they're able to put them away. And that might be the difference between them and Vanguard at this point. Just the accuracy and being able to put a shot away. Good skill to have.
Ooh.
Wow, passing option just taken out.
Yeah, Peeps are definitely coming alive now. They weren't in the first half of the game, but ever since they scored that first goal, things have been going much better for them. They are showing offensive presence. They're showing yet another goal as Arsenal flicks it past the defender. Dirty, dirty stuff.
Right here, Reddles, the Bump King, just body shock all the way to Mars. Oh, that was absolutely brutal. Clearly, Reddles has been watching hockey again.
Gyro cutting the angle, looking for the bump and score, but he is not Reddles. Reddles would have totally done that.
And made it work.
15 seconds left on the clock. It's a 2-goal lead. Vanguard. They were in control for most of the game. It took the Peeps over 3 minutes to get any kind of shots on the board, but now they've surpassed Vanguard in shots. 5-4. Clock's gonna hit 0, and the Peeps are gonna take game 2 here. And man, what? I'm not sure what to think here. The Peeps, they just kind of took half a game to even arrive on the pitch, and then when they did arrive on the pitch, they were everywhere.
Well, they started to predict where the ball was going to go. They started to be able to read Vanguard's touches. And, I mean, that's a useful tool, obviously. Vanguard had a lot of ball possession, though. And the Peeps did just enough to keep it out of the crease, keep it away from the opening of the net. And it looked like it kind of frustrated Vanguard a little bit. Vanguard got to keep themselves cool. And, calm, collected, get back into the groove of things, because we know Vanguard can start putting shots on target out of nowhere. The Peeps, whatever it is they're doing, just keep doing it. They're constantly having somebody challenge the ball, and they're getting great challenges out of it as well. Channeling their inner fire burners for sure.
Oh, speaking of, demolition onto Gyro on Atomic. First hits the crossbar and then the net on second try.
Right there, yeah. Shock getting the demo, looking for Arsenal as well. Arsenal had to check up on the boost. He could have potentially had that covered, but I think he saw Atomic coming forward as well. Sometimes you got to let him go and just move on to the next one.
7 seconds in. Whoa. Vanguard are already on the board. See if they can extend their lead quickly. Put up a little bit of distance to the Peeps before the game gets going proper. Shock keeps it on the orange half, gets the demo onto Arsenal here as well. Leaves it off for Ajax, but Gyro coming in from in front of the net and clearing that away. Low boost tanks all across Peeps. Reddle's the last one who still has any boost left. Peeps are going to have to refuel here. Good attempt from Atomic, but Gyro saw that one coming and clears it outfield. Ball is high. Onto Arsenal. Shock manages to pull through. Gyro with an important block all the way back to the blue half of the field. Atomic puts it high up into the air.
Miscommunication.
And Peeps will take control yet again. Oh! Shock! Oh my goodness, what a shot! They're going to try again. The bump from Shock. If he can't score, he will make sure that Ajax can.
I mean, Arsenal just leaping off the backboard. It was a beautiful save, but Shock realizing that he was right there. Arsenal had no momentum at all in order to make something happen, and he had no backup from the rest of the Peeps as well. So, of course, Shock right there, and then Atomic. Atomic or Ajax? Anyways, score comes out here for Vanguard, and the Peeps find themselves down 2. Gyro gonna force one through, finally put them on the board.
Yep, a little bit of a miss on defense as far as Vanguard goes. Good pressure from the Peeps as well, but Atomic probably should have been able to clear that away from the goal line instead of just getting a few inches on it. As it stands, Peeps are on the board, but Vanguard are still in the lead by 1. Plenty of time left, though. Shock doesn't get the second touch. Gyro intercepts it, almost puts it on target. That was just a few inches wide. And Shock struggling to clear that away. Has to ask for help from Atomic, but they are just dilly-dallying around too much in their defense. The Peeps will tie this game up here.
Yeah, Vanguard a little bit disorganized here. Atomic and Shock on the backboard. I think Shock was thinking that Atomic was going to go and challenge that, but Atomic realizing that he didn't have anything there, not a whole lot of boost in the tank probably, and couldn't challenge that at all. So he tried to back off, and that just messed everything up. And there you go. We're tied up. The Peeps taking advantage of every single opportunity that they're given as Reddles tries to show off his skills. We're still tied. We're now tied up 2-2. Shock. Oh, Shock couldn't get there. Arsenal, beautiful play.
What in the world? Arsenal. That's a great setup from Gyro, too. But then Arsenal comes in. Downwards, sharp angle shot towards the far post where no one was even anywhere close.
You know what? It wasn't even a super technical shot either. Like, he didn't point the front of the car at the net. He used the bottom. It's, something that, a lot of the... Never mind. Gyro says, shut up. I'm going to make this shot too.
Yeah, Peeps are now coming alive. This time it took them a little shorter to do it, but they are now up by 2, and that was another fantastic shot from Gyro. They always go for the far post, the sharpest angle they can possibly find, and they make it work as well. It's a testament to how they managed to make it into the RLCS.
Definitely. I would completely agree with that.
Nearing halftime now. 2-goal lead, and Vanguard are slowly starting to lose control of this game. Peeps with lots more offensive time. A demo onto Ajax. That ball came off the post. Shock trying to fake, but takes a little too long. Arsenal had his sights aimed at him. Pulled the trigger. Goes up in flames. Reddles pops it up into the air. Atomic coming in from the side to save that one. Infield pass yet again. Reddles. Oh!
Ooh, Atomic.
Good bump. It was ever so slight, but it was enough to prevent Reddles from getting the touch that he was looking for.
And Vanguard are starting to kind of get the point of moving the ball towards the corner away from the open net and forcing the Peeps to kind of regroup. Double demo. Demo's all over the place.
Long range shot, but Gyro will have it saved. Ajax wants to keep the play alive off the backboard. And towards the side wall. Atomic still in the play, looking to utilize the backboard, which Arsenal has covered. He gets blown up for his troubles, but Reddles will look for the clear here. Long-range shot as well on target. Atomic will be forced to make the save here. The Peeps doing a good job at transitioning right now, keeping Vanguard on their toes and preventing them from getting anything potent up front.
It's a little bit of potency there, but Vanguard have some ball control at this point. They haven't had a ton of it, though, as the Peeps are able to just easily move the ball out of their side. Reddles up for this shot. Possible.
Oh.
Ajax gets in the way.
Good attempt from Reddles. A good use of his second flip there. Ultimately, interception coming in from Vanguard. It's still a 2-goal lead, and there's only a minute left on the clock. Long range, Reddles will have no trouble saving that one. Arsenal gets it off the sidewall. Ajax looking for the infield, but Shock's a little too far back to really be a part of this play. And the Peeps will get another clear here. Follow it up as well. Ajax trying his best to keep Arsenal away. But Peeps will retain ball control here. Reddles with one flick. Gets it past Atomic, but past no one else. Looking to score another goal here despite already being up by 2. As long as they're burning time off the clock, they don't really have to care what they are doing as long as they're not allowing Vanguard to score.
That's exactly what they're doing. They're getting these long clears. They're not necessarily trying to control the ball. They're not necessarily trying to control Vanguard, but they're moving the ball away from each team member of Vanguard and forcing Vanguard to constantly readjust what it is they're doing. As you might see a shot here, Ajax cut off by Gyro. The time will wind down. The Peeps, it seemed like pretty standard fare for them once they got their lead. They took a shot here and there whenever they had the chance to, and a couple went in. Obviously, Vanguard just couldn't quite get everything wrapped up into one. Much like Game 2, really. The Peeps changed it up a little bit. They tried to see what Vanguard were going to do for the first minute or so, and then executed their strategy. And I think that might be something that the Peeps are going to try to implement as they move forward in their careers.
Well, they're certainly moving forward in this series. 1-game lead so far, but ever since the series started, things have just been going more and more their way with every game. Game 1 was a little rough. Game 2, they started making their way back towards the latter half, and ended up winning it. Game 3 was pretty dominant, apart from a little hiccup early where they went down by 2, but they scored 4 in return. Vanguard are going to have to watch out because the Peeps are slowly but surely starting to build themselves up. And they have to nip that in the bud before the Peeps become unstoppable, which we are very aware they are capable of doing. Vanguard looking early to score off the crossbar this time around, but Shock will keep the aggression alive. Ajax starting straight for Gyro, looking for the goalie bump. Bounce off of the sidewall ramp to gain ground towards that blue half. Reynolds to play that into the corner. Arsenal will follow it up immediately. Lose the 50 against Ajax, and Atomic will play that forward. Good demo indeed onto Reynolds. He had that position locked down, and that'll allow Vanguard to rotate transition to offense here. Peeps actually with a double commit on defense. And Vanguard applying a healthy amount of pressure right now, which has been working out for them. Whenever they manage to put on enough pressure, they were able to shut Peeps down quite efficiently. They just need to make sure they don't allow Peeps to clear it long.
Oh. Well, and Vanguard's trying to draw out the Peeps, it seems like. They aren't forcing a goal to happen. And that might actually be the issue. They're not necessarily attempting to go crazy on it, as Reynolds gets a great touch here, just following up on the play from Arsenal. Atomic, not a great clear. Shock trying to get that one towards the corner. And I think if Shock was able to actually push that more towards the backboard, it would have actually cleared out. There wouldn't have been enough there for the score to happen. That said, it's a big if, because of the speed at which this game is played. Arsenal, not a great touch. Shot.
Ooh. Save coming out from Arsenal. Just a nick of time. Another shot and another save from Arsenal. Vanguard really trying their hardest right now to get a goal past that line. But Peeps are not content with just letting that happen. Another push forward. Arsenal has the ball. Gets it off the backboard. Gyro gets blown up. And the clear does come out. Gyro respawning, taking control of the ball, gets bumped away by Shock yet again. Ajax versus Reynolds up in the air. Ajax wins the 50, but ultimately can't put it on target. So Reynolds doing his job at deflecting the shot. Demolition onto Shock. Atomic trying to apply some pressure here. Ultimately, pass onto Arsenal does come off. He loses the ball off the flip from the side wall, though. And that'll allow Vanguard to gain lots of ground. Oh my goodness! Gyro actually killing the ball in front of the net, but everyone had already darted past it, so it was an easy pickup for Ajax.
So Shock was trying to actually dunk Gyro, but again, Gyro keeping it low. He didn't go for that high clearance or anything else like everyone else usually does. It seemed like Gyro trying to master that ball control aspect, but Shock got just enough of a bumper on it to stop the ball in its tracks. And beautifully done, as well as Vanguard kept the rotation going and made sure that shot went in, and now we're all tied up here at halftime.
Certainly are. Snake eyes on the scoreboard. Riddles pushes it forward. A slow aerial dribble. Doesn't really end up anywhere in the end. Long range clear from Atomic. Ajax looking to contest it in the corner. Arsenal off the backboard into the midfield. Nicely picked up by Gyro. Sets it up for Reynolds. Good sequence there. Demolition on the goalie, but Shock is still there as backup. So this one won't slip past. At least not yet. 2 minutes left. Gyro shot. Oh, crossbar. Head bumps into, I think it was Arsenal there as Reynolds comes in, trying to finish this one off, trying to play it slow. Shook by Shock.
Still tons of pressure coming out from the Peeps. Gyro on a big bump, but the clearance does finally come out. And Vanguard did a great job of not panicking on that. There were no double commits. There were no triples. And Reynolds is able to receive the pass from Arsenal right in the net.
Yep, that was a very well-played pass. Good 50-50 on the midfield line to win control of that ball. And then Arsenal sees that Reynolds was racing towards the net. And Reynolds didn't have to budge an inch. That pass was played straight into his path. Beautiful sequence there from the Peeps and takes them into the lead by 1 goal. Will that one goal be enough, though? That is the question at this point. As both teams are now nearing peak performance. And this is the closest game in the series so far. Peeps might get a match point situation here if they win this game. Going to force Vanguard to win 3 in a row. That's very reminiscent of Vanguard series, but Riddles, okay. That probably could have been defended a little better by Vanguard.
Wait a minute. So Gyro finds himself on the backward, and he actually goes to
he's
Ajax. Tied up. Ajax. Atomic not there. Shock completely thinking Ajax had it. So Shock wasn't ready for it at all. The shot coming through by the Peeps, that was a beautiful team play. It was unorthodox, but it worked well.
It really was. I completely missed the fact that Ajax was blocked from getting to the ball. And never mind, that could not have been defended better. There was just nothing that Vanguard could have done to defend that. Beautiful pressure from Peeps, going for the physical plays on all available fronts. 38 seconds remaining, and it's a 2-goal lead. The Peeps looking to replicate the game score, turn it into a series score here.
And it looks like Vanguard have actually laid off on a lot of these challenges. They're trying to play as careful as possible, and I don't know why. They need to start challenging everything. Although Atomic maybe shouldn't have gone for that because they're straight up triple commit. Demo on the play. Oh, Ajax pushing Reynolds out.
That is a good effort by Ajax. Reynolds definitely would have gotten that one. Forces him to play it high, but 4 seconds remaining. This is going to be the Peeps going up by 3 in the series. Atomic. Vanguard still looking for the buzzer beater. No. Reynolds won't allow that one. The Peeps take this game here as well. And now we're going into game 5 with a match point for the Peeps. Vanguard forced to complete an almost reverse sweep. The pressure is on.
The pressure's on indeed. Vanguard, it always feels like they're right on the cusp of just getting past the Peeps, but the Peeps are always able to just stay calm. They don't ever seem to panic, even on defense. If they're beat, then they realize that they're beat and they don't force it. They realize that they can score on odd plays, and Vanguard doesn't quite seem to be able to do that. Especially with Gyro pulling out these crazy fakes and things like that. It seems like from out of nowhere, Vanguard get into a groove of speed, and then the Peeps just change it up completely. And that's what seems to be working for him. The Peeps, I think they again don't need to change anything up. Vanguard seem to be kind of stuck in their own sort of pace of play, and the Peeps are just playing around it.
Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Could be the final game in the series, and Riddles rocking that Artemis, it seems, with an interesting paint job. So the Peeps seem to be confident in their abilities here. As game 5 is underway, Vanguard have to win every single game going forward in order to have a chance at the prize pool, and Ajax starts it off nicely with a goal.
Reddle's going for boost right here. We were just talking about him, and Ajax gets a nice pop here. Reddle's not able to read that. Going supersonic, he was already too close. Even if it was just a little pop, it would have just driven underneath it. So Vanguard opening up the scoring again. The Peeps have come back quite a bit of times, so I highly doubt that they're worried at this point.
Yep, they certainly have. Most recently come back from a 2-goal deficit. Good save indeed by Ajax. Can they turn this around into a counter? Yes, they can. Ajax, you monster.
Ajax showing why he has made it to the finals indeed. Great play, good heads-up play too, because the Peeps were completely out of sync. Arsenal on the wrong side of the pitch. He was third man, and it seems like the Peeps are just pressuring just to pressure. Ajax up for this, though. He got bumped.
Reynolds onto Arsenal in the corner. Tries to jump out. Reynolds actually gets the touch. Oh, Reynolds What in the world, Riddles?
And he just realized that that was the wrong thing to do, and he finds it was an awkward play, but he just turns it into a gyro play, it seems like. Slow it down completely, absolutely no momentum on the ball when it crosses the line, and it's enough. It just threw Vanguard off.
Certainly did. A minute in, we already have 3 goals scored in what's proving to be an explosive Game 5. Atomic.
Would you say it's an explosive
why?
gyro?
No.
No?
I wouldn't.
For those that don't know, gyro, also known as explosive gyro.
Yes.
And if you don't know that, look him up on Twitter.
Yes. Minute and 30. Minute and 30 into the game. We are at 3 goals. It is an explosive game so far. Save forced out of Arsenal. Ball comes off of the side wall. Arsenal looking to set something up here. Reynolds has to come in from the side. Gyro really has to stay back here. It probably wasn't the best of plays that could have been made in that midfield. Loses ball control over to Vanguard, who push it forward off the corner, looking to place it onto Ajax. He's looking for the backflip goal, but a little too late on that one.
The Peeps are burning up a lot of boost as well. They finally make it to the other side. Potential here, but and again, it seems like they're going for the bump plays. It's forcing Vanguard to rotate wide, but it's also putting the Peeps into an awkward situation. You know, situational bumping and situational demo is a tough one to kind of master, and really do have to be careful because sometimes you can put your whole team out.
Ooh. Bump onto Gyro from Shock. Arsenal has to keep this ball under control, and he does.
Oh, Shock.
Shock takes the ball off him, and look at
Oh, my
Shock.
God.
He's just getting through all the way. Puts the ball against the backboard in the end. Couldn't quite cut the angle in time. Ajax crossbar hit. And Vanguard continuing to hit the crossbar after it was already such a huge problem for them against Regalia, where they also could have scored much more if that pesky crossbar hadn't been in their way.
This is a big game for Vanguard, though. Just keeping the pressure up is probably the best thing they can do at this point because of, it's only a 1-goal lead, and they would love to score another one just to be sure, but pressure's starting to back down for Vanguard as well. They've got to keep it up as Reddle's looking for a shot.
Well, he is looking to set something up in the corner. Ajax throwing himself into the fray, looking to keep that ball away from his net or from any dangerous zones in front of the net. Always got a player from the Peeps waiting in the wings. Here comes the infield pass, and that's the exact moment where there is no one waiting. And that was just a beautiful passing play. They knew that there was only one player left, one to the left of him. Pass and in.
Yeah, Reddle's just trying to read the play, realizing that a pass play was already in effect before he had turned around, and he could not get there in time to shut off the shooting lane. Now the Peeps find themselves 2 goals down with 1:14 left. They have scored like 5 goals in 1 minute before, so it's definitely not quite out of reach, but they got their work cut out for them if they want to finish out this series and take the win in the tournament, nearly getting one off as Gyro.
Yep, almost forced his way to in front of the net, but no one was there to finish that play off for him. The goalie's going to remain at 2. Shock applies some pressure onto the net. So clear is nicely followed up by Vanguard. Pass on to Reddles, leaves it for Gyro. He's going to try to make it come off the backboard. Ajax covers it and straight onto Atomic. And a good turnaround, and Atomic, who almost scores that one. Reddles forced to make that come off his own crossbar. But the pressure is going to keep the Peeps back in their own half, and Atomic still waiting. Look at him like a tiger.
Oh, Arsenal, big
just
save.
Waiting for his prey. Arsenal gets himself a save here, but I don't think it'll matter unless the Peeps score within the next second or so, and then they're going to have to do one more of their juggling sessions. It will not happen. It does not happen. Ajax pass over to Shock. They bring it to a 3-goal lead, and they bring it to Game 6.
This is a beautiful dagger thrown, though. Ajax just reading the play, realizing that Shock was heading towards the center, just puts it right on his hood and in. Beautifully done by Vanguard. They're going to take their second game in this series. They're basically going to have to win everything else in order to win the whole shebang. Vanguard, your Game 5 winner.
Well, they stay in the series. And it's a 3-goal lead win as well. And look at the save from the Peeps. They scored 4 goals, and they forced 7 saves out of the Peeps. It's just a testament to their insane aggression that they were able to put on the pitch here in this game. Only one of those shots, of those 11 shots that they were able to score, was not on target, didn't force a save, or didn't find the net.
But the Peeps had 6 shots as well, with only 1 scoring. So Vanguard putting up quite the, well, Vanguard. They're defending well. And they're moving the ball quickly, too. They seem to have solved their issue of not able to move the ball out of their side in a fast fashion, if you will. And in doing that, they're catching the Peeps off guard a little bit, and they're forcing the Peeps to make awkward saves. We saw it a couple times that game. And we'll probably see it again. The Peeps are definitely going to have to make an adjustment this time out and, quit whiffing like they did just there. Kappa.
Gyro in the corner. Situation has not changed much for Vanguard. They're still not on match point themselves. They still need to win this against the Peeps. Oh, the save coming out from Gyro. Infield pass is intercepted by Ajax, who cuts this rotation short, but they're just going to try again, use the wall as a proxy, and then straight onto Gyro in the midfield. Atomic!
Oh, Atomic!
Yep. Only one guy back to try and defend that, and Atomic has all the options in the world.
Yeah, Reddle's just looking for a boost, trying to play this one out. And yeah, Atomic did get a touch on that, send it behind Reddles. That was beautiful by Atomic, actually, to make that play work out. In favor of Vanguard, Reddles just having to scream by that ball to try to make something happen. And of course, right back on offense is Vanguard.
If not, going to have to watch out against the offense from the Peeps. Gyro with a bit of a misplaced pass there. Played a little too wide. No chance for his teammates to get a piece of that ball. The Peeps are going to have to get on the board soon, because I think Vanguard are going to look to push their advantage as hard as they possibly can. Another clear from Atomic. Ajax will follow it up off the backboard, looking for the double tap. Atomic, straight shot on target. Gyro with the save. And the Peeps struggling to really find a transition here, find a rotation. Oh, the crossbar hit, and Ajax. Lucky break there. That ball could have bounced off of him into the net, but not this time. Arsenal pass on to Gyro, intercepted by Shock. Solid defensive work from Vanguard right now. They clear the ball long. Vanguard is taken out of the play here. Arsenal is taken out of the play here as well. Chalk wins the contest against Reddles. Ajax on the backboard. He could do something here. Carries it off into the corner. Back passes it on to Shock. Atomic is waiting in the midfield. And the Peeps are just kind of letting Vanguard do their thing right now.
Yeah, Vanguard not
finally, Reddles breaks through. Aerial dribble all the way to Ajax, who's forced to make the save.
Vanguard not really putting too much near the net, though, and most of that has to do with the Peeps getting some decent touches and just sending it away before the shot even comes out, although Ajax is right here, cut off by Arsenal. It's an odd dead ball, and I think there's a little bit of confusion here for the Peeps. Arsenal on the open net. That would have been one of the slowest open nets we've ever seen.
Yeah, probably. Good save from Shock, but Reddles is there for the follow-up, puts it up high, wants to go for the double tap. Atomic flying upwards with the ball nowhere near his sight, and actually prevents Reddles from completing his path. Solid defensive play here. Pass on to Gyro. That is going to fight the net. Way too fast to be saved.
Well done by Reddles, realizing that Gyro was up for this. Just a nice little pop-up, nothing too fancy, and Gyro adding some more speed to an already downward angle. Atomic, hard to read that one, and it just barely squeaks by Atomic. And the Peeps, still as cool as ever, realizing that they only need one more goal to potentially win this Beyond Astronauts tournament. Ajax couldn't quite finish off that shot there.
Well, Arsenal is going to pop that one forward. Atomic with the block.
Big
Not
demo.
good enough, though.
Big
Big demo indeed. And with united force, Peeps get back on the board with a 1-goal lead.
And they go in as one team, the Flying V. Gyro coming up the center. Shock can't get there in time. And that demo was absolutely massive. Completely opened up the net. And with all that ball control, the Peeps take the lead.
They certainly do. It's only a 1-goal lead, and we've seen how fickle that can be. Atomic off the ceiling. Good clear coming in from Gyro. All three members from the Peeps following that up as well. Another demo, this time onto Shock, but a triple whiff from both teams. Net is going to be open regardless, and Arsenal says thank you for that.
Yeah, Arsenal just padding his own stats at this point. You know, on the back of his teammate here, Gyro just moving it towards the net. Arsenal right there. Of course, he jumps for it. Just can't give Gyro a goal. God. That's exactly what team comms sound like right now. I can guarantee it.
I mean, Gyro already has 2 goals, so it was more of a denying the hat trick. Oh, an own save coming in there from Vanguard. So I'm pretty sure that ball from Shock would have found the net. Would have found the net. But they're still ramping up the pressure here. Shock has a shot here. Gyro gets the save, but Vanguard's still not done. Ajax keeps the ball alive. The rest of his team had already rotated back for the clear that would come in from the Peeps. 2-goal lead, 1 minute left on the clock. Now or never, Vanguard have to complete their comeback here. And I don't think we've seen them complete a comeback yet.
No.
It's always the Peeps that fell behind early and then came back.
Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, Vanguard have not been able to just piece it together. And the Peeps, once they get into the lead, they bring out the demo play. They just solidify their play. They don't force anything to happen. They kind of allow Vanguard to make their own mistakes, or I should rephrase, the other team, whoever they happen to be playing, to make their own mistakes. And then when the demos come out, bring on the frustration a little bit, just play the mental game, it seems like. And I think that kind of stems from Reddles and all his ones experience, because he does that when he plays ones. He plays the mental game. He doesn't necessarily play the positional game.
Final 10 seconds are counting down. We may be 10 seconds away from the very first time in 2019 a 3v3 champion manages to defend their title, and it's looking like it's going to happen. Clock hits 0, and it is official. Ladies and gentlemen, your victors, and for the second time in a row, your Astronauts 3v3 Rocket League champions are freshly baked RLCS team, the Peeps. They take home $1,500. Congratulations to Vanguard for making it this far, but in the end, it was not quite enough. The Peeps are riding on a wave of success, and it's not about to end anytime soon.
I think it was well done by the Peeps, and well done by Vanguard, too. They took 2 games off of a now RLCS team. How can you be unhappy about that? That's awesome, all things considered. And the fact that Vanguard are essentially kind of an assembled team. They're not a full-time squad, at least not that we know yet.
Who knows? Who knows?
Potential?
I mean, for any team that isn't RLCS, the season is pretty much over, so we might start seeing some moves being made for the coming season. As far as teams go, especially those bubble teams that will be looking to make the play-in, that will be looking to establish themselves, to do what Peeps did and play their way into the RLCS through the RLRS. Who knows? We might have just seen a preview from both NoCap and Vanguard. I mean, Vanguard have been playing together in this constellation for a while now. We haven't seen them compete together in the RLRS, though, or at least the play-ins.
Well, and then we should also mention Regalia. I mean, they gave Vanguard a run for their money for sure.
That's true.
They've definitely come together as quite the team. And I would be on the lookout later on in the year for Regalia as they get more and more experience together. But really, this just comes down to Vanguard really bringing it to the Peeps. And in the end, it was the Peeps just able to figure out the other team quicker. Vanguard not able to quite do that. And if they did, they weren't able to execute it. It's kind of hard to tell because sometimes it feels like they did, and then other times they just seem lost on the pitch. So definitely need to replay or rewatch those replays and have a look to see what exactly went wrong with that. Maybe review the comms as well. Don't know exactly. It's tough to tell. But the Peeps now, taking home the lion's share of the $2,000, $1,500 for each player, or not each player, it's to be split between the team, I should say. So $500 each.
Yeah.
Not bad for a Wednesday evening, I'd say.
Oh yeah, absolutely not. This has been worth it for the peeps for sure, and I'm pretty sure Vanguard will be happy with the $500 as well. It is still money, and I mean there are worse teams to lose to. Lose against the peeps is definitely not something to be ashamed of, as we've already mentioned. They are an RLCS team. They've played their way fantastically through the rival series, and I'm looking forward to seeing great things from them in the coming DreamHacks, perhaps as well. Who knows what is to come from the peeps, or really any of the teams that have played here tonight. But for the moment, for now, for this month, this has been it from us here at Astronauts. We have got more tournaments coming in June, of course. Stay tuned and follow us on Twitter. You can click the Twitter link below the stream to follow at Team Beyond Net and stay up to date on all things Rocket League and Astronauts. If you want to be the first to find out when those June tournaments will be taking place, then that is definitely not a bad thing to do. Also, once those tournaments are up, click the tournaments button below the stream, save it as a bookmark, and sign up. We have 1v1, 2v2, 3v3 tournaments regularly every month. And there's always money to win, and there's always a lot of experience to be had. Great players participating in every single one of them. So if you want to test your wits, test your skills against some of the best that Rocket League has to offer, then there are certainly worse opportunities than playing in an astronaut tournament. It's free to sign up for, and you have got absolutely nothing to lose, but potentially a lot of money to win if you can make it through those professional teams. And apart from that, I think that's about it. Thank you very much for this, Cast Ninja. It's been a pleasure as always.
Always, man. Always glad to sit down on a Wednesday or a Monday evening.
Yep, absolutely. It is very enjoyable. Thank you to everyone who has been watching. Thank you to the crew who have been running this tournament smoothly. Thank you to the players who have participated, and congratulations to the peeps and to Vanguard for taking home money. And in the end, this has been it. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully we'll see you again in June. Keep an eye out for those tournament dates, and until then, we'll see you on the pitch.